Get that exercise in, everybody. Yeah. It's like running music right there. Love it.
A very slow jog, yeah.
So, welcome, everybody. This is Inside the Booth. I am your host, Dan Arena, and we have Tabitha right next to me. We do
That's
have a
right.
special guest. We're not going to bring him on just yet, but we got
I'll
a
always be
special
next to you,
guest for
Dan.
you. Oh,
I'll
well,
always
thank
be next to you.
you. Be on my, what is this, my, technically my
Over
right
there.
hand because I see you on my right side, but yeah, that's my
Right.
left hand that's going up. So, anyways,
Anyway.
how's everybody doing? uh, don't forget, everybody, go to our shop page, www.insidetheboothtv.com. Buy yourself some mugs, hoodies, t-shirts, stickers, and there's buttons, and there's everything that you need. Um, if you go over to the shop page, you will find all the links to all the stores that we have up. Um,
We're a
and
thriving business, is what we are.
that's right. And we also got Tabitha's Etsy page. So don't forget, she's got some new stuff in there. And yes, all her proceeds go to her. The other stuff
As
goes
far
to
as
the
you know.
kids. That's right.
As far as you know.
Well, that's true. You might give it away to charities or something like other
I'm not
people
that
do.
generous.
Yeah, me either.
I am the charity. Pencils and paint are expensive. No,
That's right.
I do give.
All right. We have Josh Gill Guals. How would you say that? I was gonna say Gills, but
Walls.
Koals. Okay, I can't. I'm gonna make a session where I just butcher your name. We'll just come on the stream and I just do butcher the names, or something like that. And then I'm just gonna butcher everybody's name because that's what I'm good at. We got Mrs. R2 the Icky, Avery Cruz, Wing Hugs. Tabitha already showed the little sticker. We got Phil TMNT. He's saying, "Hey, hey, Dan and female human. I mean Tabitha." That's
I
great.
mean, he's not wrong.
That's right. That's right. We got Anonymous. What's up, Anonymous? And then we got Amber Dawn Watts. And then we
What a
have,
coincidence.
and we got Mommy Watts. Mom Watts is up there. Hey, Mom. And then we got CG artist Ron. What's
Hey,
up,
Ron.
Ron? How are you? And that's it so far that has said hello. Those of you who are not saying hello and are just lurking, that's fine too.
We
All right, so
appreciate you being here.
that's right. That's right. We appreciate you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell button for notifications. And everybody who is already subscribed and belled up, check it periodically because sometimes I've had people say, I haven't been getting notifications. So always check it. Make sure that it's still clicked. And then don't forget to vanquish that like button. All right. So our special
Well said, Dan.
Well, thank you. Thank you very
A
much.
plus.
A plus. Yay! I win. Is that a win or is that just a pass?
Yes.
It's both.
However you want to take it.
All right. So our special guest today is dun 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 dun. Here he comes, Josh Watts.
Hi.
What? You have the same last name as I do. And that chick Amber in the chat. And that
Yeah, I
woman.
don't know, right?
And the mom.
The mom.
Mom's here.
That's a whole family thing.
We're slowly
whole
becoming a family
family's
channel here. I mean, we've
That's
got Dan's
right.
brother here from time to time, and
my
all
mom
that.
too, and my uncle
And
Mike.
your mom and your uncle. I mean,
That's right. So there we go.
It's
gonna be
very family-oriented business, I guess, is what it is.
It is. I think that's why we changed our meetings, our business meetings, to family meetings. Or
There
family
you go.
business meeting, anyway. So
right. That's why I changed it this morning to the family business meeting. We're a family that talk business.
Some lovely lady saying, "Wow, who is that?"
Hey, babe.
What a creeper.
So tonight we're going to talk about that wonderful movie that my TV keeps messing up. Because you can't see it now. Book of Boba Fat.
Yeah.
So there we go. I at least got a Boba Fett helmet. Well, half a helmet thing.
I have green.
Well, I got the Mandalorian crest right here. I got Baby Yoda right here. I mean,
and you got some stuff too, Tabitha. Some drawings.
Drawings.
It's funny when I was a kid. There would be that one or two kids that would call it drawings. They'd make the S out. Drawings.
You're right.
No,
drawings, drawings, and drawings. Yeah.
Yeah. Drawings. I'm always like, what, dude? Come on, say it the right way.
Right.
I have issues with speech.
In many different ways, don't you, Dan?
I do. Just like the word niche. People call it niche, and I'm like,
niche.
That sounds like a quiche. I don't want to eat something. I want something that, that's for me, a niche.
Well, I could compare niche to something, but that's not friendly.
Well, that'd be like the Lich King.
Niche, you could compare it to like a cockroach almost, because that's what it kind of sounds like, a bug.
And niche. I don't want to talk about cockroaches.
Watch out, the niche is here.
That's great. That's some great comparison.
and then you can call it niche, and then you're like, oh man, that makes me hungry, man. Where is it? It's got the crust with the egg, right? Niche.
Show me the niche. Yeah.
Well, we got the Lich King, not the Leash King. So from the D&D universe.
There you go. Oh man. So yeah, I guess the American language is a little bit weird.
Is very
for sure
complex.
For sure. You ever washed dishes, Dan?
Washed?
Gosh.
No.
You ever washed
anything?
I have never washed a dish in my life, but I have washed a dish in my life. Ooh.
Do the wash, your clothing wash? Yeah.
Yeah. I had a pastor's wife once who washed things. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
first time I
like
ever
to
heard
wash.
wash was from Goofy.
Yeah. Or there's Goofy. He's gonna wash Dolores.
Right. Exactly. That's what it was.
Dan's watching TV.
Tell what's going on, but it's not.
Campfires! I saw campfires.
Oh,
campfires.
This is a man's movie.
Show, everybody. The man's man show.
We haven't seen a good campfire in a long time, man.
I know it.
Although it might have been bodies that have been on that campfire, but still.
Yeah.
Beggars
well,
can't
no,
be
not
choosers.
this one. This one.
Not this one.
Oh, okay. Okay. I wasn't sure which episode it was.
Well, because my TV is. I turned down the brightness so that you can see
I got you.
video, but for some reason it's like it made it too dark. I don't know. My TV's messed up.
Yeah,
well, it needs to be focused more on you than on the video. So I mean,
this is true. This is true because you're the star over there, Dan. You're all highlighted and glowing.
Exactly. That's right.
It's gonna glow.
The law.
The law.
That's right. People say with my hair down, I look like Jack Black. So I'm the
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
Hey, Jack Black is a classic character, man.
He is.
Dan, I think we just need to advertise our next episode with that, be featuring Jack Black and just see what people say, Be like, and you
I'm a young Jack Black.
And then we just start asking you questions about the movies you've been in.
Right?
Yeah, Nacho Libre was my favorite.
Oh my gosh!
Gosh, I did watch a YouTube video. Sorry, I know.
It's okay.
Like, anyways, let's get back on track, everybody.
I'm sorry, no, it's okay, Dan.
All right, so I'm gonna say this real quick. I did watch a YouTube video of Jack Black talking about his movies, and he did say every movie he was in, it was his favorite. So I don't know which one his real favorite. So.
It's a good answer.
That's safe,
right? That's true. Shaded Beard came in. It's okay. My grandmother called.
I'll help you out, Dan. Hydrocodone.
Oh gosh.
Coda. So okay. I don't know. That's funny.
Sometimes, Dan, when you read things in the chat, I can see the load symbol going on right here. Are you trying to figure it out?
You can tell, huh?
Yeah.
We got Whitey Wicked Workshop in the
Whitey!
house. What's up, Dave?
Nice.
Whitey? And then we got Uncle Mike here too. See, we talked about Uncle Mike. He's here.
See,
What's up,
more
Uncle
family
Mike?
members.
So yeah, English is a hard language.
It is. It's
Shaded Beard said. So what's up with the name Shaded Beard? Because did you put like some shading on it to make it look darker? Is that what? I don't know. What's up with that name? I don't know. It's just funny.
What's up
I'm
with
trying
the
to pull
third
it up
degree?
myself.
My God.
I'm trying to figure it myself now. All of a sudden.
Anyways, the Book of Boba Fat.
Yes, Boba Fett.
Let's go. Let's stay on target like Tabitha wanted me to. And
It's
the Book of Boba Fett.
Where to start? Because I mean,
All right,
we've
where
kind
to
of
start?
off and on talked about Book of Boba Fett through our streams and through many other people's streams and given our 2 cents
long
worth.
story.
But today's a special
Yes.
episode because tomorrow is the final episode of the Book of Boba Fett.
And
And
Which is
know
odd
where
that it's ending on 7.
It's a lucky number, maybe. I don't know.
Well, yeah, but
Show's
most of them
not-
always ended on 8.
Oh,
Lucky
I
number
didn't
8.
know that.
Well, that's true. That's true. Mandalorian was always 8.
Mandalorian was that way, even like Hawkeye and WandaVision and such.
Yep. WandaVision was 8. Yep, you're right. This was 7. I think they cut one out or something. Or they realized that we don't know what we're doing, so we're just gonna
Or what they did, or the 8th episode is the first episode of The Mandalorian.
right. Well,
That's what
no,
it is,
that
just a
was
continuation.
the 5th episode was the first episode.
Right,
of
see?
Mandalorian. Yeah.
Well, yeah, okay, we could go that route too.
So today we're talking about the Book of Bubba. No, we're talking about the Book of
Mando Fett.
No, we're talking about the Book of Grogu. No, we're going to talk about the Book of Luke Skywalker. No, wait.
No, it's
somebody.
It's the book of Jedi Academy.
The
Right.
Book of Jedi Academy now. That's right.
Wait, I've got the title. It's
Okay.
Oh boy,
Star Wars.
fill in the blank.
I love it.
Open to interpretation.
So is there a semicolon at the end of that, or?
Yes, and you as the fan get to fill in the blank.
Yes.
Nice.
I like what Phil says. The Book of Inside the Booth.
Inside the booth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
I feel like we could title this The Book of Mando Fett, Grogu's Journey.
That's a long title.
That sounds great.
But it does sound pretty good,
But
right?
it works. It works though.
It flows a little bit. So I want to put a disclaimer out there because I know people will drop off if I don't.
Spoiler.
Listen, everybody. Tonight I'm going to kind of make fun of stuff.
He's got his hand
And
in
have
his,
fun with it. So
Right.
don't get mad at me because I want you guys to
Right.
have fun because we're having fun. But don't get mad because you're too serious and uptight about, don't talk like that about Star Wars. We're just doing it for fun. We're,
Right.
Hey, at this point, everybody's critiquing Star Wars like crazy, man.
There are some serious people that are very serious and like
The
passionate
diehards,
about,
yeah.
I know exactly how Book of Boba Fett's going and stuff like that. And that's okay,
Mhm.
Because I was on a couple of streams. I really wanted to say stuff and make fun and, just have fun with it and, and really,
Take some jabs.
But the streams I was on, they were more, I guess, more
Diehards.
conservative, and they're more like serious and passionate about, this might happen or that might happen. So I kind of held myself back, and I was like, oh man, I gotta hold my punches.
Dan's over there like, what do you think about this weather lately?
Yeah, what's up with the weather? I mean,
What's up with the weather?
Yes, gotta be willing to laugh at yourself. That is absolutely right.
I do that on a daily basis.
That's right. Oh, I like what Ron says. He goes, "What is this thing called? The Star Wars?"
Oh, the Star Wars. Nice.
I like that. That's Star Wars.
That's right. That's right. I don't know. What is this thing? Hey, look, we got press play.
Hey,
Alan on here. Hey, I'm going to be on Press Play Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I'm a little upset. Alan, you had me on 80s night. And of course you didn't know this, but I'm a 90s baby, and now he's having 90s night. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Man.
Well, I have a feeling I might lose anyways, just because I'm not good at these game show stuff. But
Dan, I got second place and I was in the negative, so I feel okay about that, you know?
Sweet. Well, we'll see.
I was looking at the silver lining.
That's right. That's what I had to do. So good luck, Dan. But so are we going to kind of summarize Book of Boba Fett and then talk in detail about this last episode and then our predictions? Or are we just going to talk about this last episode? Because I think most people have probably seen.
I really don't think we need to do a previously on.
I think we should just talk about the whole thing. Whatever comes to our heads. How about that? Is that okay?
Okay. Yeah, I just asked. You know me.
I got a lot of backstory.
I got on my notes.
I got a lot of backstory.
So, okay. Well, then if you don't mind, I'll just kind of start off with the last episode, the one from last week, and I have to say that whether or not you like the storyline, the way that the Book of Boba Fett is going, even though it's all kind of confusing and a little jumbled in my opinion, because it doesn't seem to really be focusing on Boba Fett that much. This last episode, in my opinion, was one of the most beautifully made, like filmed episodes. The beginning, when we land on that planet, and I mean, like, between the cut scenes, the color grading, the music, even the storyline itself, again, even if you don't agree with how the story's going, it flowed so nicely that I was just enamored by the show. I had my qualms with the episode. I had my questions about it, but I just thought it was beautiful.
Right. No, I agree with you to an extent. But see, if they were going to do it this way, why didn't they just name the show Star Wars? We don't have a plan. We're just going to make episodes and have fun, and you guys can watch it.
Yeah, like Star Wars Journeys or something like that.
To me, it would have been more like Star Wars tying things together,
right,
or something, because it's
tying up loose ends. I mean,
doesn't really make sense. It's more like these people are putting fan films together, and they're just kind of throwing it out there, and you're like, hey,
right.
It's cool. I like it.
It's kind of hit and miss.
Yeah, just the storyline is not following itself. So it's
but I mean,
it's a very slow burn too.
Yeah,
it just
it's a very slow burn.
I was just amazed at how well it was filmed, though. Like,
oh yeah,
it seemed like
even Skywalker's face was almost spot on. Yeah, you had a couple.
It was, but the cadence of the guy that was talking as him was way off.
He was so stale, like his emotions were not there.
Right. I get it.
Yeah.
He was very.
They did a good job on his face.
Oh they did.
His lips could close, and he could. But that last one in Mandalorian, he was just like His lips was always open. His face really didn't look like him a little bit, and he was like. When he talked, his lips wouldn't close, and it was like so weird. So it was weird to me. So, but this one they did a good job with his face and his lips.
They did. The only thing that, besides his voice, like again, he was very emotionless. He was very stale, and I don't think that was not like
I heard and I watched some videos. His voice was Mark Hamill's voice. Like de-aged, digitized, like to make it sound like he was younger or something.
Yeah, but it still just didn't have that.
Really way off.
It just didn't have that emotion that Luke has, in the original. And not only that, my only like really nitpicky thing, because again, I mean, the way CGI has come, and again, I mean, totally recognizable and whatever, was that there was one scene where the wind is blowing all over the place, in the foreground, in the background, but not a single hair moved. Although in other scenes it did, but it just made it look very flat and very fake. I'm like, I don't understand. This is the windiest scene in the entire episode, and not one hair moved.
Right.
But it's
Press
just
Clay, Alan likes the last two episodes called The Book of the
yeah.
Mandalorian. So, yeah,
No,
definitely.
I kind of agree.
Or The Book of Grogu. I don't know what the name of these last two were called, but
Book of Grogu. Well, it can't be the Book of Grogu. It's just
See, I
it's a
told you, it's the
website.
Book of Mando, Grogu's journey.
Right.
That's right. That's right. And Boba Fett was just in the first 4 episodes because. So,
Did you
If
guys
that
love
was really
how
even Boba Fett, I mean,
Boba Fett's cameo appearance in his own show, and he literally said nothing? He almost looked like that meme of John Travolta who looks around like this, got his hands up,
right?
and looking for somebody else to tell him what to
Yeah,
do.
the scene from Pulp Fiction.
See, here's some smart people about because they watch stuff, and then they research. So Luke's voice was simulation. No actor did the actual voice.
Then that makes sense. Why
That makes
it
sense.
sounds.
That makes sense. Yeah. The voice was set to limit the need for facial expression.
That's why it fell flat then.
That too, because the guy they hired was the deep fake face guy from YouTube, and because he did a better job than they did, so they hired him, which was cool. I mean, that's cool. Like,
yeah, what a job opportunity, man.
Disney,
right?
Yeah.
And people saw it. Those Disney people were like, "Oh, we see what you're doing. That's great." So I should have hashtagged Disney on the stream so they could see what we're talking about.
That's right. See
That's
what
right.
we really think about what they're doing with
Right.
our beloved
That's right.
franchise.
and their beloved 65-year-old actor trying to run. Guys, I need some of that
some Bengay.
Some Bengay later, You're really working me on these. And then, but then you got Sylvester Stallone pumping like 500
Oh
pounds.
gosh, yeah.
He's like, "Hey, what are you talking about? Huh? This is nothing. What you're doing."
It's
so funny.
Yeah. It's
Everybody's
really
body's different,
strange.
must be,
Right. It's really strange how we've talked about this before, Dan, but since we're reiterating that there is a way, even with older actors, to do the cut scenes and speed things up and what have you, to make it look like the fights are more intense. But they are really making Boba Fett look old.
It's kind of like what they did with Boba Fett in The Mandalorian. They had a stunt actor.
No, him was. Yeah, but he was way, way awesome.
Way more intense. Yeah.
Right.
That was the way that, to me, that Boba Fett was supposed to be.
His moves were good. What's up, drunk 3PO?
Hello.
I didn't know if Tabitha wanted to say hi to you or not. So
always.
I'm letting her say hi.
Yeah, it's my thing.
Allowance.
Yeah.
I say hi to like all our people. Hey JT, how you doing, man?
Oh, now she's overemphasizing.
JT, what's special, up? Yeah, everybody, if you are not subscribed to Drunk 3PO, which most of you probably are, go subscribe to his channel. He does some good content over there. Yeah, and there we go. Oh, we got Rogue Disney. He said he wasn't going to join, but he joined us. We wish to join. Send the link, please.
He's speaking in the third person. That must mean that Zort's with him. Let me see. Am I sending? Is that what we're doing? Do you want me to do that, Dan? I need to have your permission.
It's wasn't planned.
Is it too late?
I don't.
It's okay, Dan. Tell us. Wait. How do you take a breath? How do you feel? What's going on with Dan today? Come a little closer. Let's open up. It's okay. Dan.
It's therapy time, everybody.
I know being put on the spot.
Wanted just us to talk, but it looks like everybody's pushing it.
Don't give in to peer pressure. Hey, what does Gina Carano stand for? Do not comply to the pressures of people.
Even R2 say, "Come on, Dan."
Come on, Dan.
Oh man. Goose Fraba. There you go. Whitey, thank you. I need some Goose Fraba. All right. For 30 seconds, I will do it. I'll send JT the link because
Cool.
30 seconds.
30 seconds. Oh, you may get the timer out the way that David does. Like that's it.
Mm.
That's how we do it on Inside the Booth. You got me.
That's right. That's right. All right. Phone.
So, well, while Dan is doing that, let me just go ahead and segue. And that we have been discussing here on Inside the Booth some really amazing upgrades that are coming to our Patreon page.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you can support us on our Patreon page if you just love our dazzling smiles, our cunning wit, and Dan's Jack Black hair. That we appreciate. I mean, you know, who wouldn't, right? Those luscious, almost greasy looking locks over there. And
right. I just covered it, but when you wear a hat all day long, it just doesn't help.
But we have multiple tiers, and you can support us for as little as $1 a month. But we do have some really fun, entertaining, and special stuff coming to our Patreon. So you can head over there and just look for us at Inside the Booth. Of course, Dan has already mentioned that if you haven't liked this video, please give it a like, share with your friends, tell people about us, because we like to hang out and have a good time and apparently make hard decisions while live on the air for you to witness our emotional struggle.
You know?
But we appreciate all of you being here. Thank you so much for supporting us on this journey. We're at a little over 500 subscribers, thanks to you all sharing and liking our videos and just being a part of the channel. Thank you so much for following me on my journey over at Dreaming Tabitha and creating some more artwork. Got some cool stuff coming here shortly as well. And we just appreciate all of you guys being here, being part of the family. Essentially, we love hanging out and chit chatting. You guys make us laugh. You guys make us think. And I mean, when I'm not on the stream, sometimes you make me cry. Or if you're R2, you make me have nightmares that you put pictures on Twitter that without makeup on in my pajamas.
That's right.
Because he has a habit of capturing us at the best moments and making gifs out of them, which are super funny, by the way. But
all right, JT, I sent it to you on Twitter. Hopefully you get it. Send it to your America's butt. So you
That's right.
Money sign, you know
he is Captain America's hiney.
That's
nice.
Right.
Okay.
You know, PG-ish. You know, I mean,
right? Yeah, sure.
You know, ish. So
yeah, sure.
How long does it take to send a link? Well, with me, I'm slow. So,
Dan has big fingers. It's a small phone. There's a whole thing there, guys.
That's right. That's right. All right, here he is. Boom.
It's JT.
Hello.
How are ya?
Look who I found.
Look who you found. Oh,
hey.
It's Jay.
I'm being pushed out of the way.
I see that.
And
Rogue.
No,
Jay, you look a little cold.
You can't hear what you're saying because the music's too loud. Yeah.
I was going to say, whoa.
Hope you enjoy the next episode. All right, be good.
All right.
That's so cool.
Hope we enjoy the next episode. All right, goodbye.
That was
Thank
cute.
You. That was cute. He says
is cute the right word? I don't know. When you'd have three dudes together having a good time,
was handsome.
Is it appropriate to refer to it as cute? That was dope, bro.
That was dope.
Right, yeah, of course.
Dope, bro.
That's your bro.
I don't smoke dope, but that was dope.
Right. Cool.
Remember, everybody, drugs are bad.
No way, dude.
Drugs
are for nerds. For losers. That was really fun. That was pretty
You're
cool.
welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Cool. And it was cool to see JT out there with them.
Yeah.
My brother JT told us earlier when Tabitha left our family business meeting, Tabitha left and
I had to laugh.
Drug says, Tabitha, come visit. Yes, we'll all have to come visit sometime. But my brother was like, if you would have told me like a week ahead, I would have met up with you guys somewhere. Because he's in Bradenton, Florida, which is near Sarasota, which is about 2 hours away from Orlando, where everybody's at right now. Orlando. So, yeah. And if I still lived in Orlando, I probably would have been there. But here I am.
Looking a little jelly there, Dan.
No, that's okay. No, I actually do like Florida. It's a nice place to live, everybody.
It was really cute. I'm sorry, I'm just still thinking about it. It was really cute.
That was nice.
Having all those
Thanks.
influencers popping on
Thanks,
our
JT.
channel.
That's right. That's right. Thanks, JT. Thanks, Jay and Rogue Disney. You guys are awesome.
Yeah.
If you get the time, watch this stream when you guys are done and you're relaxing at home or doing your dishes. That's right.
Right.
We like to promote us and telling you guys to watch us so our algorithms
That's
go
right.
up the roof, you know? So there we go. So
What were we talking about again?
Boba Fat.
What did we last
Mando
end
Fett.
on? We were talking about how Boba
talking
Fett's kind of
about-
overweight, or at least Dan thinks so.
And old,
Definitely old.
slow, and
slow.
Mm.
Yeah.
and talks a lot.
He talks a lot. He does. He takes his
He
helmet
talks
off
a lot.
way too much.
He doesn't really
He's
do
like-
anything but talk a lot.
He does. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Which apparently the actor was not necessarily an advocate for that. He would actually talk with some of the directors or whatever like that and said, I think my character, Boba Fett, has too much dialogue, but they decided to leave it in anyway.
I think he did say something like that, didn't he? To somebody?
Yeah, that's what
I know he said that you're going to be surprised at how this thing goes, but I haven't been surprised yet.
No, I have been. I have been unpleasantly surprised with how this is going.
Yeah, I was going to say I should take that back, and I have been, unpleasantly surprised. Yes.
Ryan C. What's up, Ryan C?
Ryan, I saw that you retracted that, or you retracted a message or whatever, but I still saw it. I still saw it. He calls me a troublemaker. I don't know why. Boba Fett. Boba Fett, yeah.
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett.
We were kind of talking about this yesterday, my brother and I understand that Boba Fett is, of course, a clone of his father of Jango. But I think with a little bit of creative liberty, I think it might have been pretty cool to get the guy who played as young Boba Fett to play
Legion, what's up?
Boba Fett. What are your thoughts on that, Dan? Do you think that would have worked out?
I think they should have let him play. Yeah, Boba Fett.
I mean, because technically he is Boba Fett. He was just younger.
Right.
Boba
He was the young Boba Fett. And he used it. They used his voice in the clone cartoons there.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
So the kid that played Boba Fett, yeah, that was his voice. He was used for the Clone Wars.
But the problem with then if they decided to go and use the guy that was the kid Boba Fett and used him as Boba Fett in the series would be that then Disney would have to go ahead and change what George Lucas did by having Tamora Morrison go ahead and do the voice acting for Boba Fett in the originals, so that we have to go ahead and
I think
dump that all over again.
Well,
I think they could have gotten away with it. Oh, he got the
First of all, I don't think he should have changed his voice in the
it shouldn't have.
Because his voice was so much better and more sinister.
So my original desire on that, man, was that okay, so maybe what they did, all right, so he's a clone. I really wasn't too happy about that. And I'm like, well, maybe what they can do is that it's one of those things where Boba Fett, he's so legendary that the clone version was killed by another one, but took on the mantle of Boba Fett. He had a different voice. He didn't talk as much and stuff like that, and had the original voice kind of thing. And that was actually Boba Fett. But then, of course, they dubbed it, so that kind of screwed that up.
But they keep changing things all the time, so I don't think his voice would have been that big of a deal. Obviously, your diehards are going to nitpick about it, but I think it would have been a much cooler choice since that Daniel Logan, is that his name? The young Boba Fett.
Yeah.
I mean, he would be somewhat age appropriate.
He would have been age appropriate.
Age appropriate, and I mean, he would have been an original Boba Fett anyway, even if he didn't look exactly like Tamora Morrison. I don't think it would have been too much of a problem. In fact, I think the fans may have liked that turn.
Well, it's funny. So one of the small little side thing, because I have such different things like that, is that there is a character in Return of the Jedi. As a very you don't really see him, but briefly, he has a white beard. All right.
Mm-hmm.
He's on the forest moon with Han Solo and all of them. He's like the only one with a white beard.
Okay.
This guy, he wasn't originally, but they changed it. So in the Clone Wars cartoon, there is a clone by the name of Rex.
Mm-hmm.
That character in Return of the Jedi is that same character, Rex.
Right.
Even though he doesn't look at anything, anything at all like the clones, he is a clone.
I've heard that from other.
It's been established he is a clone. He is Rex, which was Ahsoka's close friend in the series, as far as a clone was.
Right.
Wow. Well, okay. So there you go.
Yeah, and see, like, look at what they did with Ahsoka too. They changed her voice and the actress that played her. So, and she looks a lot older. So why couldn't?
Well,
they
obviously, yeah.
People,
Yeah.
So, just my thought on that. I think
Yeah.
they could have done better if they would have put Daniel Craig or Daniel Logan. Why did I say Craig?
Yeah, Daniel Craig. Yeah.
Now, Dan. Now that
We're
would
gonna
be
have
the
James
spin
Bond be
that
Boba
nobody would
Fett.
expect. Daniel Craig.
Yeah, Boba Fett is licensed to kill all of a sudden now.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
Nobody would have expected that. Nobody.
Takes his helmet.
I mean,
off.
he was a stormtrooper, so I mean,
Well, there
This
you
is
go.
true.
Hey.
He was a stormtrooper. So yeah, I think it's not.
I
I
mean,
don't think it's necessarily
nothing wrong
that.
with the actor that plays.
Yeah.
No. I don't have anything really against him.
Yeah, there's nothing against him. He did a good
I just
job
think they're
as
not
Django,
writing him
as the
well.
clones.
Yeah.
It's just he's like 80 years old now. He could just hang out at home and not try to do I mean, you could tell in his face that he's a lot older than he should be as Boba
Well,
Fett.
I mean, it kind of fits to a certain extent because I mean, the fact that I guess the age kind of thing can be. You can look at it as like the acidity from being in the Sarlacc pit and all
the
that
son
stuff.
of Tatooine. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
but I mean,
I did
it's
say this one time. I said, well, I guess you could say it because he's a clone. They do age faster. But at the same time, this was supposed to be an original clone, and he wasn't supposed to age faster,
right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I don't know where you draw the
Unless
line.
unless it's one of those things that after a while, the clone thing starts deteriorating, and then you start aging, and just start doing all this weird stuff. So, which is fine because the science fiction, some weird stuff is allowed.
Right. There's a lot of room for interpretation and whatnot.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's just really sad.
Rosario Dawson did a good job. Yes.
She does a fantastic job.
And she's a great
character.
actress. I think she does better not in Star Wars, but whatever. That's just my opinion.
Are you trying to tell me that you love her and Josie and the Pussycats, Dan? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Are you a big fan of like 90s rock?
Heck yeah,
I actually did not know she was in that.
Yeah. Or maybe he's just a Percy Jackson fan, where she was Persephone, the wife of Hades. Maybe that's
right.
what
No,
I was thinking more of like from from Training Day.
Right.
See, I'm
Denzel
listing all
Washington.
the simple children's movies. I can't remember except
Sorry.
I think she was with.
Sorry.
No, I couldn't remember the rest. I'm like, those are the two that stick out to me. Is like, I think that was the first time I ever saw her was Josie.
I've actually never seen that one, so I have no idea.
It's not worth watching.
What was that movie with?
It's not on my list.
With The Rock Johnson.
Yes,
and,
was it the Takedown or?
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I saw her in that too. I like her.
That was a good movie. She was good in that one.
Yeah,
I liked that one.
I forgot about that one.
Mm-hmm.
Dan should get a perm. What? You want me to look like one of the?
Oh snap,
like
man!
Bob Ross.
That'd be my thing. If I go ahead and start
Josh
fluffing his hair up.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
I haven't gotten a haircut in forever, man. I mean, geez.
Your hair's it's kind of flat because of the hat, but Joshua has some
it's
really
flat as a hat.
kinky curls there.
If I let it go, man, I get a darn white man fro.
Yeah, he does.
Sweet. I've always wanted.
It's not worth it.
But I never really did the perm thing ever in my life because I
was accused of that.
Should we include that on our $1,000 tier on Patreon, Dan? That you'll get a perm.
Sure. I was gonna perm once. I mean, I did a
For
mullet,
$1,000, sure.
you know. I did a
But with
mullet
frosted
once
tips.
for $100.
Oh.
Frosted tips.
Really?
Yeah, I
Like
did a mullet for
Kurt Russell style, or?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Definitely mullet style. You know.
or Billy Ray Cyrus.
I also dressed up as a pirate for $100.
Oh, pirate.
So yeah. So
Dan will sell himself for $100.
For $100. That's true. But no, I was working at Napa Auto Parts, and I was the delivery driver. So I would see like all these guys all the time. And one of the guys was like, "Hey Dan, you should come in as a pirate." I go, "Okay, why?" He goes, "Because I think it'd be fun, and I would like to see it. How about I give you $100 and you do it for a week, and you drive around as a pirate and you just deliver the parts." And I said, "Okay, sure, $100, give it to me." So I did it, and then that's right, Dax, $1,000 would be better than a mullet. Dan and a mullet for $1,000.
I'd rather see the perm. I'd rather see the Justin Timberlake perm.
On my
yes, on you.
On my big fat head. I don't know if it would look good, but I'll do it.
Oh, probably not, but I want to see it.
Well, it's not like a mullet would do any better. So
right.
Don't pick on Kurt Russell. No, I'm not picking on him. I think he's
the only one that could rock it. I mean,
did a good. Well, I mean, Mel Gibson did a good job in.
He does not.
Not in the
Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon, but in the other one. Well,
Braveheart?
No, the other. Well, yeah, Brave. You're right. Braveheart. He did look good in it.
But he didn't have a mullet.
It was kind of a mullet in Braveheart. Kind of. It was like an Irish mullet or something. I don't know what you call it. But I'm thinking
region-specific mullets.
My least favorite is the Ukrainian mullet.
Thunderdome. What is that movie called?
Thunderdome.
Mad Max. That's
Mad Max. Mad Max. Yeah, he didn't have a mullet in Mad Max.
Yeah, in Thunderdome he did, and then he got his hair cut. But at first you see him with the mullet.
Oh, right. That's right. Yeah.
Yes,
right.
Dax, I know what a mullet is. Business in the front and party in the back. Yeah, you leave it long, in the back. You cut it in the front.
This is a great episode, guys. Like we're.
I had no idea where this was all going.
What happened to Boba Fat?
Here, I'll help us out. So there were some surprises in this that I was telling him because I watched it again with him and with the family last night. And I was like, okay, I don't want to give you too many spoilers. And I'm like, but somebody dies that I did not expect to die, and I'm disappointed. And so, of course,
I kind of had to figure, or I kind of figured who it was.
The sheriff gets shot, and so we don't know if he really dies. And so I did want to throw them off with that because, I didn't tell them that two people, end up dying, which we don't know for sure who all dies because, Disney magic and all of that kind of stuff. But, you should have seen my face when that bomb went off. And again, spoilers for those that are in the chat, but when that bomb went off and we turn around and we see Garza Fwip's eyes just go, oh my gosh. I'm like, I liked her. Why do they got to kill off these cool characters?
Well, the question is, do they really kill her off?
Exactly.
That was my question.
Yeah.
Dan, do you know why I really hope they did it? Number one, because of the fact that I really enjoyed this character. And secondly, I'm like, I just literally finished drawing her and putting her on my Etsy page. I was going to add her, and then they killed her. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
It would be, it would be nice if she didn't die. But at the same time, it would be nice if she did, because that was an explosion. It was a bomb.
Right.
So everybody in there should have died.
And I don't really want her to come back all disfigured. And I really don't want her to go to the mod dude.
Well, snap. Max Grebo died all over again because he was on Jabba's barge when it blew up the first place.
Which one's Max?
The blue elephant. The blue elephant.
Oh, that's right. That's right. The musician.
Yes.
Yeah, the blue elephant. Now, did he
the blue elephant that played the darn piano thing.
Did he really die, though? I mean, Was he?
Well, he was in there.
For some reason,
When it exploded.
I rewatched that movie.
I mean, it didn't really show him in that particular episode, but he was in there every other time that they went into that cantina.
Oh, right. No, definitely he died in the Book of Boba Fett. I'm thinking the movie though.
Yeah, he was on there. He was on the sail barge. Yeah,
I don't remember seeing him on there. I don't
He
know.
was the main.
yeah. You see
DJ
him.
at the time.
You see him before R2 comes by with the darn drinking tray on it.
Oh, okay. Huh. Okay. All right. I believe.
Yeah, Max Grebo, he went through the darn explosion all over again. He's like reliving his darn nightmares all over.
Has it been confirmed that he is Max? Because maybe he's just another one of his kind.
I believe he is just Max Grebo. He's the same one playing this. If there's another blue elephant playing the same keyboard, I mean that's very coincidental.
That is really.
I mean, how many blue elephants do we know that play the same keyboard?
That's true. Alan says he was not in the bar when it blew.
Okay.
Oh, it's become canon now all of a sudden.
No. I think he's talking about in the episode.
Yeah, in the episode.
That's what I'm saying.
In the episode, he was not in there. So,
right here, Avery Cruz just solved the problem. It was a twin brother.
I guess he had a twin brother.
A twin.
Maybe it was a clone.
It's true.
That's it. I mean,
if you think about.
Why not?
Boba Fett is a clone.
Somebody's coming back. Wait, you'll see Darth Vader.
Hey, at this point now, Luke Skywalker can be a clone.
Yeah, that's right. I want to see. I want to.
His hand did get cut off, and who knows what they could have done with that hand.
Right.
That's it. I want to see.
And there's a segue for Sebastian Stan to take over then.
I want to see Qui-Gon Jinn come back. Is he coming back in this next episode?
I would like to see him at least as a Force ghost. I would like to see him. I want to see him show up in the Obi-Wan series. I want to see Qui-Gon show up in the Obi-Wan series because in the books he actually mentored Obi-Wan while on Tatooine.
I thought I heard rumors about that they were going to use his voice or whatever like that for the show. But again, this is all speculation. I mean, they're saying
that wrong. Just use his voice.
So they're saying I've heard rumors, and I couldn't find it confirmed, but there were rumors that. Not Han Solo, but Harrison Ford was going to be in this next. So our predictions for this next episode, I don't know how we're going with this, but like they were saying that Han Solo might make an appearance for this next episode, and was trying to figure out like why, because Harrison Ford doesn't want anything to do with Star Wars anymore. Is it just a gimmick that people are trying to,
I think it's a ploy.
Because I mean, what they've done with Mark Hamill,
Well, Mark Hamill's okay with it.
Yeah, but he's also very integral to the Jedi Order anyway, whereas Han Solo kind of isn't. So
no question. Is Phil correct on this?
Yes, within there were a set of books that came out that are no longer canon, but yes, they did create a clone of Luke Skywalker. And he was a dark Jedi at that point.
That's because what all the cool kids are doing these days. It's kind of like what Ian Malcolm says in Jurassic Park. Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Mm.
That's right. I would like to
see all the cool kids are cloning these days too. So
it would be neat. Qui-Gon Jinn's
supposedly
Jedi.
The Book of
one guy I talked to, he's hoping that
he is my favorite.
One guy I talked to, he's hoping that the Obi-Wan Kenobi trailer, the first trailer, will be at the end of this next episode.
But Josh, if you're right that Anakin kind of was cloned, or
no, he wasn't cloned. Palpatine. He is birthed. If he was sired. Let's put it that way. He was sired by Palpatine. Yes.
Okay, so if you're right about that, maybe all the Jedi are Palpatine's clones. All of them.
I think that's more of a stretch because I think what it was that Sidious was trying to go ahead, if I remember right, Sidious was trying to create, if you will, the perfect,
Look at what's going on in
Sith.
these shows. How is that a stretch? I mean,
Dan's like everything.
Well,
everybody's born from the same guy. That's why he comes back to life, so he can say,
yeah, how creepy is that, though, man? That everybody's a darn, child of Palpatine.
I mean, can't you see the resemblance between Grogu?
I
and
mean,
Palpatine?
he'd be awfully busy.
Well, what do you think he's been doing all these years that he's been dead?
He's like,
only for 20 years. I mean, good gosh.
Just saying. Now,
midichlorians,
right?
Well, that's what he did. That's how Anakin was birthed. He manipulated the midichlorians. He somehow, I don't know how in the world, but he manipulated the midichlorians to go ahead and cause Shmi to become pregnant.
Now, have you listened or read the Darth Plagueis?
No, and that's I think been confirmed as non-canon as well. There's bits and pieces, but the book itself is non-canon.
Because that was really interesting. Now, I want to know why he picked Shmi. What was so special about her? Like, how come nobody's talking about her? Like, why in the world?
Backside of the desert, I guess.
I mean,
what was he doing in the desert when he's living in a city?
Well, I guess it's too obvious to have somebody that's local.
Well, and if that's the case, if he took all that,
I mean, I guess if you want to have a side chick, you might as well go and make sure it's far, far away.
Yeah, but that's the thing. If he was investing so much time and effort to figure out how to manipulate midichlorians to get Shmi pregnant, why would he just abandon Anakin to the backside of nowhere?
I think he was already predicting somehow or another, because he was, if you will, that much attuned to the dark side of the Force, and he was a master manipulator and stuff like. I don't really know completely.
He was brilliant.
They will be perfect. That's right.
Oh my gosh.
Right, Dax. That's right. Now, so my question is this: when did that become canon that Palpatine did use midichlorians to make Anakin?
I believe it was 2 years ago.
Okay, because I was gonna say, because in the movies, that's definitely not canon, because Palpatine's like, "Ooh, Anakin, I have to watch you and how you grow up."
He's like, "There's something really familiar and likable about this kid. He kind of reminds me of me."
Yeah, that's it. That's why he did that. Oh,
yeah.
Although he doesn't look anything like him at all.
And he doesn't look anything like his mother. Huh.
They screwed up George Lucas's crap all around, didn't they? Man,
kind of. I mean,
too many pots, too many cooks in the kitchen.
Well, and originally George Lucas's idea for his final trilogy that he was going to make was Darth Maul was going to be the ultimate bad guy. I know we're getting way off topic on Boba Fett again with getting all this stuff in Star Wars.
Oh, it's all going to link together. That was going to be the ultimate bad guy.
Link together anyways.
Everybody's in Book of Boba Fett.
The one that had the dark saber. So hey, now we got the dark saber in the Book of Mandalorian, Episode 1. So
So see, it's all connected. It all makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead. What were you saying about Darth Maul with the robot?
Darth Maul was supposed to be Darth Maul was originally supposed to be the ultimate bad guy at the end of Episode 9.
Okay, gotcha. That would have made more sense than Palpatine.
It would have been cool. He was such a cool character.
He died.
Right.
Yeah, but the thing was, but Darth Maul but in the Rebels cartoon, Darth Maul faced Obi-Wan Kenobi on Tatooine once again,
right. And he died.
And then he finally died.
Right. I get that.
Are we sure about that?
Honestly, in my canon from the movies, Maul died. When he got cut in half.
In Episode 1.
Who could survive that? Nobody can survive that.
Well, he was so filled with hatred. That's how he was able to crawl out of it and end up getting mechanical legs. He started off with spider legs.
But all the blood ran out of him. So how?
No, because he was cauterized. Remember, when you get
he's
by a
cauterized.
Lightsaber, you're cauterized.
You don't just bleed
out.
Yeah.
Right. Except for when you're that alien and Obi-Wan cuts your arm off.
It was retconned after that.
Not cauterized.
You know, everybody makes mistakes.
That was a sloppy job. I mean, it was just he was so old he forgot how to go ahead and actually use it properly. So he just and there went and it's like, oh snap.
Oh, it didn't.
But
Carterize
what is the time
He didn't turn the dial all the way up.
he turned it to sharp knife dial. That's what he did. Sharp knife.
Oh, butter knife. Ooh.
But he's in the Han Solo solo film. So
yes.
what time frame is that then? I guess that's before
so when Obi-Wan is in the desert, that's when Obi-Wan is old. So there's always a possibility that even in this Obi-Wan series that we could see Darth Maul and do the live action version of that.
Of them fighting each
other? Yeah. So Darth Maul does end up finding Obi-Wan Kenobi on Tatooine, and they end up fighting each other in the Rebels cartoon, and they fight to the death, and of course the Darth Maul does die finally.
A duel to the death.
Now I'm gonna go back to Book of Mando.
Boba Fett, yeah. Book of Mando Fett / Grogu's journey.
Yeah.
Featuring Ahsoka.
Guys enjoy. Spoiler alert, everybody who hasn't seen it. How did you guys enjoy the ending of Chapter 6, where you see Cad Bane?
Oh, okay. Well, hang on.
Wait.
Before anybody says anything, let me just interject here that poor Tabitha being ignorant about things. Okay. Because I have not watched The Bad Batch. I have not watched Rebels. I don't read all the books, all the stuff. So
you haven't watched
Clone Wars cartoons.
I haven't, right?
I'm still working my way through the Clone Wars.
So
and it's fantastic.
It is fantastic.
It's fantastic.
I'm watching this episode, right? And you got your Marshall coming out, and we've got this really cool scene.
Tabitha was expecting Clint Eastwood to come out. That's what she was doing.
Which he was based off of.
Eastwood, man.
No, honestly, when I first saw this dude coming across the desert, I'm like, and enter Zorro, because that's who he reminded me of. He reminded me of Zorro. And so the closer
it's the fox.
And again, just not having much of the background for all of that stuff. Yeah, I focused a little bit more on the EU as far as legends are concerned, rather than what happened in the past. Okay, not that my knowledge is that extensive. Anyway, I'm working on it. But anyway, so when
don't worry about it.
Right, as I say, Dan's in the same boat. What are you talking over
there?
I
know nothing. I just I'm a pretender, everybody.
And you do a great job. So when his hat came up just a wee bit, right, and I saw the blue color, I was a little bit upset because my mind instantly, I'm like, there is no freaking way that they've put Admiral Thrawn in the desert as a cowboy, right?
No, he'll show up in the Ahsoka series.
Exactly, because I'm like, he is too prestigious in whatever role. I'm like, there's no way. And then when the thing came, okay, hang on, Dan, here, I'm going to get to the clencher, because everybody in the chat's going to be like, oh,
blowing it up.
She's so precious. She's so sweet and innocent. So they reveal his face, and he's all talking and saying all his really cool stuff because he's such a cool character. And I'm like, wow, an original character. He's really cool.
Yeah.
And then Joshua tells me later on, he's like, yeah, he was back in, what was it, the Clone Wars?
Clone Wars cartoons.
Yeah. Josh was like, oh, that story's been told. Everybody knows who Cad
Bane is. Yeah, that's Cad Bane.
That was just like...
So she ran away.
I need to get his action figure, but they're going to be selling through the roof on those.
Okay. Yeah. So here is my thought on Mr. Cad Bane. Live
Tell us about Mr. Bane.
All right.
He's not Bane, the Venom Bane, but
Yeah, he's the blue version of. Get this. Ready? Everybody, this is so intense. Ready?
Okay.
I'm going to say it. The Grinch.
Did not see that coming at all. I really did not see that coming.
I was moving. I'm like, man, that's Jim Carrey under there. I know it.
Ada. Okay, Dan. Ada is probably going to hate you for that.
I know, but you know, they should have done some digitalizing to it, just because, no actor can have these teeth in his mouth, the makeup on top, and be able to close his mouth properly. Because it
I
looked
thought he looked
so
cool.
bad.
I thought it looked great. I was
Did you like
Dan.
it?
I'm totally the opposite. I'm like, man, I'm really impressed in the way they did his mouth and how he could close.
How he could close his mouth, but it looked like he had a hard time closing it, though. You saw that, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. But I was really
See,
so
I couldn't
again,
tell if it was prosthetics or if it was actually CG. I couldn't tell if it was
Yes.
either one.
Oh, it was
It was
prosthetics.
really
You could
impressive.
tell.
What?
Yeah. I mean, you couldn't tell, but I could tell.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I was going.
He's like, I could tell.
I'm like, this is definitely, the Grinch, Jim Carrey style. He should have been doing something like it. When he threw out his gun, he should have been like, "Oh yeah, hit me, baby!" Wow. I was like,
Smoking.
smoking. That's right.
That's after you shot him, of course, but
Of course.
That would have been great.
Alan goes, "You still like it."
Now I want a sticker like this with Cad Bane that says, "Oh yeah."
Oh yeah.
that's the Kool-Aid line.
It is, right? Or one that says, "I'm the Grinch."
That was great. Yeah, well, see, I see Whitey's like, I knew who he was immediately. I'm sorry, I had no reference
I
to
too.
Cad Bane. So and I'll tell you what, I am a little bit disappointed that he's not an original character because I thought he was so cool. Because here's the problem. I think I've noticed with our
original character. He was made.
No, when I mean like when I say that, I'm sorry. When I say that, I mean
She
like
mean an original for the show.
Oh, okay,
kind of like the Mandalorian and like Cara Dune and
Right.
Fennec Shand, right? We don't have backstories. for
Grief
these peoples.
Karga, Queel.
And the
Right.
marshal there, what's his name?
Cobb Vanth.
Cobb
Vance.
Vance. Yeah,
God.
Cobb,
Right.
whatever.
Thank
So we
you.
got some fresh
Vance.
characters. So when I see this evil dude show up and he's so cool looking, and I mean just ruthless looking, you really get he is what Boba
Right,
Fett
he
should
does.
have been. Like you get that sense of fear and everything like that from him. And so, and even like Garza Fwip, you have some of these really great new characters. And so I was a little bit disappointed when I found out he was an old character, because the danger is, and I think we've all noticed that with these newer Disney Star Wars things, is that when you have, and if you're not using new characters, it's what seems to be dividing the fan base, because
The familiar with the
there's so
new.
much- yeah, whereas they can't mess up the Mando, if you will, unless they do something that's totally against, Star Wars, if you will. But as far as his character and his background and everything, you can't, and Grogu, you can't mess him up because they're unknown characters. Now, I have a problem with that one scene where Grogu goes back, that flash or whatever like that. And I'm like, there's 3 Jedi and they get defeated by like 7 clone troopers.
All right.
Like, I have a problem
Well, they were
with that.
overwhelmed. I mean,
By
Well,
7?
you know what the problem was?
Yeah, but how do you know they were at Jedi Masters? Couldn't they might not have been Jedi Masters or
Well, they
Jedi
were
Knights
Jedi,
even.
definitely Jedi. But you know what the problem is? Unfortunately, Jedi don't understand the meaning of armor. They needed armor on them.
Well, and that an overwhelming force.
Got
But
hit.
what
Yeah, I got.
Yeah, but Anakin and Obi-Wan wore armor in the Clone Wars cartoons.
Right. But they didn't wear armor like in the original movies.
Yeah, I know, which was weird, but when you even still though, but there was also overwhelming forces as a factor when with the Jedi getting shot.
Right, that's true. You know what they could have used? They could have used the force to make a force field, and then like this little blue force field goes around them, and they're like things are bouncing
Got a
off.
little bubble.
Well,
I'm in my little bubble.
I'm just being real, and I say that I see that Phil says that they could have been defeated because they also felt their fellow Jedi die off in the Force, so they felt that shock and pain. And I understand that, but they are
Good night, Alan.
trained for stuff
Thanks
like
for
this.
coming. Love you, buddy.
I don't know. It just seemed really unbelievable to me that 3 Jedi couldn't hold in. By the way, in a hallway couldn't contain 7 stormtroopers.
A lot of things can
But
happen
oh
in a
well.
hallway.
now
Stormtroopers
we're
that
here.
can't shoot straight.
They weren't stormtroopers. They were clone troopers. They
true.
could
This
shoot
is-
straight.
So that's what
Are
it
you
was.
sure?
They had the advantage.
I'll put the finger on.
No pointing.
So, who do you think rescued Grogu? So you guys know more. At least Joshua knows. Dan has
okay.
confessed he doesn't.
Grogu
So
was
who do you
It's
think?
weird.
The pouch.
No, I know that, but
rescued
who do you
Grogu.
think rescued Grogu?
I actually just read about this, but I can't remember the name. But it was a Jedi that did. It's a Jedi. Supposedly, fans spotted there's supposed to be a crest that you see just for a split second, and only diehard fans know about this. I didn't catch it. I just read about it. But there's a crest that's shown in it, and there's a specific Jedi that later on actually succumbs to the dark side.
Oh,
So it was
That supposedly, it's not confirmed, but it's one of those things that
Speculated.
fans caught it and caught that little Easter egg, if you will, and that's what they're speculating on.
There you go.
Not Mace Windu, no, not Mace
Right.
Windu.
He's not dead anymore.
he
He's the
can't.
last
If
No,
he's
Mace
a
Windu.
clone.
Mace Windu, of course, he died when Palpatine shot him with lightning. He
That's
died,
right. Well,
which
you
I
gotta
don't think he
understand,
did.
You gotta remember, his arm was cut off. He got shot with lightning out the window.
Both his arms, if I remember right. Wasn't it?
Of a 2,000-story building, and there you go. And
But he could use the Force to
alive.
go ahead and cushion the blow flying or hitting the ground, right?
Well, maybe he was unconscious by then because he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm
He-
losing blood," and
I think he just became Nick Fury.
that's what happened.
He was like, "I'm done with this.
Right.
See
Yeah,
y'all."
right.
And then
I'm
he got
I'm-
his famous
I'm
line.
abandoning-
With
I'm abandoning this universe and going somewhere else.
I think he
decided to
jumped
go on a
ships,
plane
though,
with
yeah.
snakes. That's what he did.
I mean, because so what was it at the end of? Snap! What movie was it? That doesn't matter anyway.
All right, well, let's just be real, guys.
Okay.
let's
Star
be real.
Wars, Disney Star
Yes.
Wars. Nobody dies. Everybody comes back to life.
Seems like it.
That's it. That's it. So don't worry. Everybody that does die in these shows, they'll be back.
Comes back somehow or another,
They'll be back.
And that's my problem with the
unless it's
CGI
Han
thing.
Solo.
While I think what they've done with Luke is amazing, I think it's
Yeah,
wrong
that's good.
because
I
it
think
is
so.
not the same guy. And if that's the case, if we can just CGI all these characters, it takes away the magic and all the hard work that we're just basically saying we
that's
don't
what-
need the actors. We'll just recreate them. And it's just
Right,
not the
But
same.
that's what the real magic is now. Is bringing back to life. Like what's his name? That guy from the black and white movies that are really good.
What, Charlie Chapman?
Yeah, that's him. Yep. They're gonna bring Charlie Chaplin back, and he's good. And he's
Yeah, I
gonna be the
heard that
best
they were
actor.
talking about that.
Oh.
He's gonna be the best actor of all time. So it'd be like, hey, Charlie Chaplin gets an Emmy award. But
I mean, they had
how?
Robert Downey
I don't know.
Jr. play as him.
There
Well,
we
that's
go,
different.
Bring him
To me,
back.
that's different if you're going to have an actor play another actor. But as
Mhm.
far as legitimately, like it's his voice, his face,
Yeah.
his body doing the stuff, you just put makeup on him. But to do it this way, I'm okay with doing snippets, like in the end, at the end of Rogue One, where we see Princess Leia. And she's just on the screen for like what 3 seconds, 4
Couple
seconds, or
seconds,
something
yeah.
like that. I think that's okay for certain parts of storytelling, but if we're going to make full-on episodes with non-real people, that I don't agree with that. I don't like that.
Well, they do that with video games, so why can't they do that in real life?
Yeah, but video games is a different medium.
Video games are different because it's all artificial. It's not real anyway. But to
Right.
Well, movies aren't
essentially
real
clone
either,
an
but still.
actor with the computer, going in our theme of cloning, I just don't. I think that's disrespectful to the actors, to be honest. Again, I've said this before. That would be like bringing back Carrie Fisher or John Wayne and saying, well, we don't need the actors anyway. We'll
want it.
just CGI them and get a good voice actor. It's not the
Right.
same thing.
Avery Cruz said for Mace Windu, he lost both his arms. Just walk it off. He'll be fine.
Oh, yeah. He can shake it off. He's a pretty tough guy. We all
That's
know
right.
that.
Rex G 007 says Tabitha has a great point on the deep
Of
fake,
course I do.
and I agree. Don't need actors anymore. LOL.
It's going to
Yeah,
going to get to
it's-
that point because guys, if you think about our cancel culture these days, if they can
Right.
find a loophole to use
Yeah, right, and
the
they won't be, and
characters.
they don't pay them
Because
we don't have to pay you.
Cara Dune might come back, just might not be Gina Carano.
That's right.
Yeah.
But it'll look
Yeah.
like Gina Carano.
It'll look like her and act like her and move
It'll
like her.
sound
It'll
like
be,
it.
Yeah.
But of course, I'm
Well,
sure
you
that,
know,
that obviously that's not going to happen.
I
But
totally
Right, no.
agree with you. I think they should have replaced Luke Skywalker with that one actor that we talked about a while back.
Sebastian Stan.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they
No, I
should have
agree.
just replaced him. Maybe put a little makeup to make it almost look like Luke
Well, yeah.
or something.
Oh
But
yeah.
him as an actor of being Luke would have been so much better than having the deep fake.
He's
Now,
becoming
I
a main
understand-
character as a
Right, and I
computerized
understand
person.
Everybody
Well,
loves
it's
Luke Skywalker, and it's Mark. Oh, everybody wants to cry. Oh, this makes me cry. The scene, I just cried the whole time.
yeah. I didn't. I was excited, but I didn't cry on that.
So I laugh at that, and I'm like, yeah, but you got to look at it.
It's not really
everything,
him.
It's just not. Yeah,
It's not
him.
really him.
I mean,
Now,
I was excited to see that because it was cool, but I didn't cry.
Right, it was cool. It was cool. They did a better job. It was cool.
Yes.
But they
Yes.
should have had an actor being Luke
Yes.
Skywalker, not
Yeah.
the deep fake. Not an actor with a deep fake over his face.
Mhm.
I mean, it's cool technology, but it's just something.
Oh,
you
it
don't
is.
wanna
It's
do
amazing.
all the time, because then it's like you take the realism out of stuff. you
Yeah.
know?
Mhm.
There's something
And
about
it
It
well,
just
and
looks
that
fakey.
And if you
Yeah.
really think about it, his hair is not Luke's hair. His hair is totally different. It's totally different.
well,
His
and the
face might
thing
look like him. His hair
the
does
thing
not.
is with the CGI stuff, and we can all agree that there have been some amazing steps forward in CGI stuff,
Mhm.
and people are looking more and more real. Sometimes it's very difficult
The
to tell the
uncanny
real
valley,
from
yeah.
the fake. However, they're soulless. There is something about the eyes that is just dead inside, because you cannot.
Mhm.
And people know we're religious here on Inside the Booth. You
That's right.
cannot fabricate a human's soul, his inner being.
The only
no matter
I
how
will say this: the only one to me that was very, very, very close, and that was because they also got the actor to go ahead and do the part as well, but they did
See, but that's
CGI him.
different. Yeah. Mhm.
Was Robert Downey Jr. in what was it, Civil War? I think it was, where they made him younger.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The
It looks so
CG that
plastic.
it looked, but it was closer to more emotional at that point. Then, as far as like crossing that uncanny valley of being more realistic.
Right.
Mhm.
Crispin Glover. What is that? I don't know what that is.
I have
Yeah.
no
What does that
idea.
mean? What does that mean? Avery.
Context.
Glover.
I need some explanation.
I have a feeling it's supposed to be funny, but I don't
Yeah,
understand.
unfortunately, we're missing it. I'm like right away. I'm like Danny Glover. Is it because he's like he would like lisp or whatever when he got his dentures in? But I don't think that's what he's talking about.
Also, the hair and the movement of the mouths, are
Right.
the hardest things to get right.
They
Yes,
are.
they are.
That's
Oh,
what
yeah,
plus 20
absolutely.
weeks
They got
Yeah.
his mouth better in this one. Definitely
Oh, yeah.
10 times better. But
Yeah.
his hair, not. They didn't do a good job with the hair.
The voice, not.
And his voice and his eyes.
Because
They're
his
just dead.
hair, if you watch Return of the Jedi, his hair is more on the blondish side. It's more like,
Mhm.
I don't know, it's more flowy. In this show, it's more like coarse. It's harder. It's
Mhm.
coarser. It's a little
Right.
darker. And it's like,
It's bland.
yeah. It just, to me, it didn't
Yeah.
work. It didn't work in The Mandalorian either. That's why I laughed at it when everybody was crying.
When everybody
Yeah, I
was
was
crying and just I look
Yeah.
at it and I'm like, man, this looks really bad.
Yeah. And see, this is what I meant by, disclaimer, because I laugh at things instead of people, they
Yeah.
cry. And, oh, it's so emotional. To me, I don't look at things like that. So, yeah. Not saying that I would laugh at somebody for crying about it, but
Even though you
know,
totally
I'm
just made
kinda
fun of him
on
for
the
like
line
30
of-
seconds.
I know. I'm on the line of it, you know. I'm on the line of maybe laughing at someone for crying.
I mean, we
mean-
all here at Inside the Booth encourage everybody that we understand, like what you like, watch whatever you want to watch, but you know,
Yeah,
people have their
exactly.
opinions, and we can't get
Right.
mad at each other for it.
Yeah, that's right.
If that's
My
the case,
opinion's
do not
mine.
watch our Rumble review on Spider-Man because I'll probably make you upset. So
Yeah. He's replying to Steve about Back to the Future 2. Oh, right. Okay. Because they did do that with Back to the Future 2. They made the one guy look like the father in the first movie, but it wasn't him. They like made a mask or something, and they did get sued for that. But you know, I mean, I guess they didn't really want to change the actor either. I guess that's a tough situation. It would be a tough situation with the deep fake too.
Yeah.
You know, especially with
Well,
dead
different time too.
Yeah.
If you got a dead person,
Well, it was
face.
Well, it was a different
you-
time frame back then, different technology. So I mean, you know.
Right. But how would you? I don't know how somebody would sue for likeness if the guy's dead. And maybe the family could do it, right?
The family,
Well,
I think, would.
You'd have to get permission from the family, and if you didn't get
Yeah.
permission, you know, it's kind of like when Weird Al made fun of when he made Amish Paradise, and it was a spoof off of, was it L Cool J's song or
No,
whatever
it was
like that? No,
Coolio, I think it was.
Coolio's. I don't remember. I can't remember. But anyway, you know, he made the song, and it was a total parody of it. But he still didn't have proper permission to do it.
He was told he had permission.
Fortunately, the world is thankful that song came to pass. But you know.
Well, see, that's true too. They replaced him because of the money situation. They shouldn't have. They should have just paid him the money he wanted, because they have money. You know, these studios have money. You know that.
Steven Spielberg had money back then.
Yeah.
After Jaws and all that, yeah.
All right, so let's deep fake like a bantha. Ready, Phil? I'll do it. Let's deep fake like a bantha. Like a bantha.
Go.
There you go,
You
Phil.
stop.
Yeah. Go. Stop. Like a bantha.
It was
And he's
terribly
got the
awkward.
biggest smile on his face when he does it.
Because all you can
with
see is
those-
teeth. Yeah.
Yeah, with those dentures. I know they're not dentures, but still.
They look it, yeah.
So yeah. So that's why I think whatever his name is, I can't think of his name, Boba Fett guy.
Tamora Morrison.
Tamora Morrison.
Yeah, Tamora Morrison. That's why he looks way older, maybe.
Yeah,
is because he
I think
does
so.
have those teeth in that are so
They look
straight
fake.
and so perfect. They look so fake and denture-y, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know why he did that. I mean, I understand he wanted better teeth and maybe it helped him, you know.
Do you know you can find
out.
his commercial? Like he advertised for a dentistry in like
Yeah,
New
he did.
Zealand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
and he's
said
like, you
that
know,
to
you
you,
can
I
look like
think.
me
I have no idea.
essentially, and it's
I
like,
said that to Tabitha, and I was like, "See, look, he did. It's not dentures, but
Yeah.
it's basically the same thing."
and it's just amazing how distracting it was the first time I watched when I watched the first episode. The whole time I just look and I'm like, are they real?
Yeah, are
Like
you
I really
sure
couldn't
his teeth-
concentrate on anything else, and I'm like,
Exactly.
you know, the detail that they put, the great lengths they go to put all the details in the background and everything, and they couldn't
Yeah.
fix this. Like they didn't
Like,
think
they
that this
couldn't
was
make
a
it look
problem.
normal. Yeah, right. They didn't make it look normal, I guess, because
I don't understand.
you're
that.
like, well, hey, Django Fett, he doesn't have straight teeth. What happened? You know, that's what I was thinking. What happened? What happened to this guy? He's got like, it must be dentures. That's what I thought.
He was
He
wearing
brushed
his
his teeth a lot
Invisalign
more.
under his helmet. We don't know if he got braces eventually. He
Right.
never took
Well,
his helmet
Boba
off,
took
you
better
know?
care of his teeth than Django did. So
There
Oh,
you
there you
go.
go. That's what happened. Yeah, that's
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And all the clones. They all had bad
Yeah.
teeth too. But Boba Fett said, "No way am I gonna have bad
Right.
teeth, Dad.
I ain't gonna be like them.
I'm gonna have
That's right.
perfect straight teeth. It's gonna look so.
I mean,
good.
that's what
Because that's
you
what
guys
matters.
Bad.
you guys don't know. I mean, that's what Boba Fett invested in after his first bounty that he collected.
That's
street tape
right.
or teeth straighteners.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
right. That's right.
Makes
That's what he
sense.
did.
That's what he did with his
exactly
first
what he
bounty.
did.
It's
He
not
took,
canon, but it's believable.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, and those banthas, they can those husks. You can use them as teeth, man. Like elephant husks, right? You cut them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ivory teeth. There you go. Thanks, like a bantha.
Oh my gosh. That I know. Have you seen the song for that?
I did.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Who made that? I know Camry made one too. That
I don't know.
Camry. You
I
guys
just saw it
follow
on Twitter
Camry?
and it was like,
Yeah, he's so funny. That guy's so funny. But yeah, I saw that one too. I saw a couple of different versions of it, of somebody making that. So
I saw the
funny.
one and that's all I needed to see. And it was like in
Yeah.
my head the rest of the afternoon. I'm like, it was cute.
The
But,
Banthas were played by Blue Elephant. Yes.
Actually,
They were.
Rico again.
Yeah.
And then they deep faked them to make them look like Banthas instead of elephants. That's it.
And then they decided to kill all of them in like the first 4 episodes.
Let me tell you what. Episode 4. I mean, was it episode 4? No, it was episode 3 when all the
The Tusken Raiders.
Tusken Raiders when they died, right?
The Sand People.
The Sand People when they died, and he came riding on the bantha, and he sees them dead. He comes out, that was a good scene because
My wife cried a little bit.
yeah, because you have the music, and you know what kind of music they played, like Catholic music or something, Catholic ambiance,
Yeah,
like
the voices. Yeah.
Honestly, the way they ended it though, Boba Fett should have yelled in the Tusken Manor after
yeah, he should have
lighting
went
them on fire.
I would have died if they would have done that.
That would have turned into a comedy after that.
Yeah, it would have. It would have taken the seriousness away from it.
It would.
Could you imagine?
Oh man.
Oh, geez.
But yeah, everybody. I think I just broke Tabitha.
Again.
Last time he broke her. She's dying now. She's out of her chair. She's bent over anyways. She didn't fall out yet, but she sounded like dying seals.
Well, I didn't want to get too loud because my baby girl's trying to sleep. So
I wish Mel Brooks was still making movies because that would.
That would have been a good.
yeah, it would have.
Balls too, man.
Yeah.
Hey, my mom. Hello. How are you, Mom?
Tabitha's still picturing it.
Yep, she is.
And hearing it. She might have fallen out by now.
Listen to her.
I think she's on the floor. I think we got her on the floor.
That's good. Hey, R2, you still here? You watching this?
Okay. I can do this. Okay.
Hey, Mom, Jeff says you just missed my impression of a dying seal.
It would have been the most random.
What? What'd you say?
I didn't catch that either.
Couldn't tell what you said, laughing so hard there.
It would have been the most random scene.
It would have been very random, yes. And at the end of this, directed by Robert Rodriguez. Sure.
Oh man. We gotta get
Still
that
going.
back.
Okay.
It's a trap.
Well, I mean, he speaks Tuscan, so I mean,
He's got to be able to speak it by now, right?
right?
I don't.
I mean,
Well, I don't know.
Mandalorian knows how to.
He used sign language though to do it. He did sign language. He didn't actually speak the language.
Well,
He
you
signed
think
language.
you think the yell would be the first thing he'd learn.
Yeah.
Well, to
Yelling.
human ears, one is the same as another. So I mean, you
That was actually very well done.
I'm a woman of many
It
talents.
was very convincing.
Oh my gosh, I really hope R2's not on here. Nobody tell R2 about this episode.
Oh man. Whew. That was good.
My stomach hurts. Okay.
Josh, this is what your sister does all the time on every episode.
Yeah, I imagine so.
I can't believe I did that.
And there's your mouth.
She's laughing. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Mrs. R2 says he's on. He's clipping the Dan riding the van. Well, you got to clip this one too.
Yeah, I know. He's going to get this one.
Oh my gosh, my mascara's running.
Oh, she says, don't worry, Tabitha. He'll get you next.
I don't know. He's already done Ryan from Legion, so we're just going to join together. Apparently, R2 made a snippet of me when I was on Ryan's thing because he was getting on my case about something, and he was like, "Get in the kitchen, woman." And I said, "Fine, I'll make you a sandwich." And they made that.
Oh, jeez.
I haven't seen it yet. Okay. Yeah, exactly, Dax. I feel that. It was really hard to breathe. My stomach was hurt. But that was, thank you guys for that. That was great. I will treasure that always.
That's what I'm here for. I'm
What
here
were we
to
talking
make
about?
talking about how there's some good parts of this show, but
Yeah,
a lot
And
of
some missed opportunities.
Yeah, very missed opportunities.
depending on what you're going for.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah. So, what are your guys' predictions for tomorrow's episode? Okay, so firstly,
I got a couple.
when Dan was saying that that's probably what we're going to talk about today, I was thinking, oh crap, because I tend to I like to watch things unfold. I really don't try to think too far ahead. But also because of the fact that I don't have as many or as much knowledge about, the prequels and the Clone Wars and all that stuff, because I am more of an EU person. But since they pretty much did away with the EU, I'm a little bit lost. So I didn't have too many predictions. However, I did read about somebody saying that because the rumors going around about Han Solo possibly making an appearance, I'm like, well, because of Ben Solo being one of his students in the future, since they're trying to tie these shows to the sequel trilogies, that I could see why Han Solo would show up. He's probably going to drop off Ben because if Grogu's going to have to make this decision between the lightsaber and the chain mail, which I think is complete rubbish, I'm thinking he's probably going to take the chain mail. And because nobody wants to think about Grogu dying when Kylo kills all of, Luke's students. And so I'm thinking he's going to somehow end up going with Mando, and that they're going to drop off Ben somewhere. That would be my prediction, but it's not really my prediction. It's just something somebody else said. And I'm like, I could see that, but I myself don't really have a prediction.
Okay.
Gotcha. So no prediction at all. Just maybe Ben Solo in there.
Yeah, because I don't have enough
Well,
knowledge, enough
I
background
don't.
knowledge to really.
I don't think that we're going to see. I don't really think we're going to see Grogu's decision until Mandalorian,
Right. That's
because
what I'm
I
thinking.
think that it's gonna. It's a. I think that right there is also somewhat of a teaser for. I think is going to end up being later on announced a Jedi Academy series.
Which
Right.
I'd be pretty on board for, to be honest.
I do think that that's going to happen.
Good night, Avery. Thanks for coming.
I think
Big
it's.
hugs.
I think it's going to just focus primarily then on the events that are going to take place on Tatooine, because it's kind of like it's gone this whole roundabout circle that really didn't technically need to be there, but it made the show better to a degree. But I think it's going to focus then on the war that is supposed to be coming. I don't think it's going to be a knockout drag out, because I'm assuming that they're going to make a season 2. I think that Cad Bane isn't going to play as pivotal a role in the last episode. I think they're going to save him for the next season.
For like
Mandalorian, I have a feeling
for maybe the Mandalorian then? Or
no, I feel like they're going to save him for a more bigger climax. I'm assuming they're probably going to make a Book of Boba Fett season 2. I have a feeling they're going to go that route. I think it's going to be that it's a start of the war, but it doesn't really finish. It's going to have to be something that takes place over all the different territories of Tatooine. Because right now they're only battling over the one. Cad Bane wants to take over all the others. Well, for the Syndicate. And of course, Mandalorian is going to eventually just do his duty and then leave.
Everybody, Tabitha's brother does have a YouTube channel. Go check it out.
Yeah, it's very, very small right now, but still.
Well, that's where we all start.
That's right.
Yeah.
We all start small. I mean, we're only at 500, so still considered
I'm at
small.
14, I think it was.
That's all right. For 3 years, I was at only like 60-something subscribers.
Hey, I mean, that's
So,
that's still getting somewhere, though. It's 14 more than I started with before.
and then the next 3 years, we got up to 500. So that was nice.
Right. It's a climb.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was my prediction. The other prediction that I have is that let me backtrack a little bit. How did you guys feel about the Naboo Starfighter? What was your take on that, real quick?
I wasn't too fond of it, because I thought, as the community likes to say, it's too member berries. Like, it's too much of a throwback to the past. Yeah. But I wasn't upset about it. I just wasn't thrilled about it. So.
Okay.
Right.
So my thing is with the Naboo Starfighter. I thought it was it was a nice little throwback kind of thing. I didn't think it was totally necessary to go ahead and make that his primary ship, especially when they decided to go ahead and have this hot rod exposed engine on the front of it. I thought that was kind of weird. Stupid. It's like, all right, let's go ahead and open up the throttle on this thing right here.
In a way, it kind of makes sense with the Vespas.
I thought the engines were on the sides,
The Vespas are horrible, but anyway.
Well, what I mean is, like, because they're trying to have this car, mechanical, Fast and Furious thing, so it kind of makes sense with that.
Yeah,
but my thing is with the Naboo Starfighter. I think that it's predicting itself. So Mandalorian is a bounty hunter. Excuse me, he's a bounty hunter. I was talking to Tabitha about this yesterday. He's a bounty hunter. He had the Razor's Crest. The Razor's Crest had the storage capabilities to go ahead and transport his bounties. The Naboo Starfighter has a section for an astromech droid that now has a globe on top of it. And guess who's going to be in that globe? I mean, you're pretty much already writing it. It's already written itself. You don't have to guess. You already know that Grogu is going to be in there, because that's what that little dome was for.
Right, because normally there's no dome. Astromech droids don't need it.
So, and the other thing is that again, remember, he's a bounty hunter. He doesn't really need to go anywhere fast. He needs to have storage capacity to go ahead and transport his bounties. So now he has this thing that's
Maybe
stupid
they're turning
fast.
him into something other than a bounty hunter now. You know.
Well, remember,
Wait,
he's
Boba
going to
Fett?
have this thing that's stupid fast that nobody can catch because he's going to be on the run with Grogu because the Empire is still looking for him.
It's true.
Remember, Moff Gideon wants Grogu bad
Right.
to use his DNA to go ahead and make Supreme Leader Snoke and later Palpatine.
That sounds yummy. Cooking
does.
tomatoes, feta, cheese, chicken, cheese pasta. Oh.
Nice.
I mean, if you leave off the cheese and the tomatoes, I think it sounds great. And the feta. Sounds great.
What?
Wow, then you just got chicken.
Yeah.
And I'm
Chicken
okay.
pasta.
I'm
Chicken
okay
cheese
with that.
pasta. Oh no, chicken pasta. No, you gotta have feta cheese. Feta cheese is good. That's
It's
Greek.
all right.
You gotta have Greek cheese
But-
on everything.
But that's my predictions though for
I
for
think
the,
when
the
he
way it's going.
explained that to
I
me,
think,
I thought
yeah.
that was pretty brilliant theory, to be honest.
Right, that's good. That's good. You know what I think? Let me just
Yes.
tell
Oh,
you.
boy,
let's
here we
hear it,
go.
man.
We're gonna see
I
a Tusken
think-
Raider. It's gonna be a fighter pilot in X-wing, calling the shots.
you never know, honestly. Yes, and maybe some Darth Vader in there somewhere. Bring out these member berries that people love. It's gonna have nothing to do.
Has to be
and
flashbacks.
Darth Vader's gonna say to Boba Fett, "Remember, no,
I've altered the deal."
this time." You know, that's what he's gonna say to him, and everybody's gonna go, "Oh, it's so nice."
I hope somebody's going to have a random picture of
Um,
Shmi on the wall somewhere. We're just going to go somewhere and then be like, hey, I know that chick. You know, just, throw them all in there.
There you go.
Sebulba will be somewhere in the background,
Yep, that's it. That's it.
Salacious Crumb.
That's
Gwen
it.
Quaterneros. Yeah,
That's right.
not Gwen.
Um,
Ben. I can't remember his name. Neva Key.
No more member berries. Well, that's what these shows are all about now lately. is
Yeah,
the
they're gonna
member
have a lot of
berries,
them in
and
there
that
anyway.
Sucks. I honestly would like to see. Now, I heard this theory from someone else. I sent the links to Tabitha. What
I
was
hadn't
it?
watched
While
them yet.
ago.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you haven't even watched them? Oh, well, great.
Dude,
So
I was
you already
busy
know what I'm
visiting
talking
with
about.
family. You know, I can't.
Well, you could have watched them like a week ago when I sent them to you.
Oh, whoops! I thought you said them just.
I just sent it to you like 2
I
days,
was
a day
visiting
ago.
other people.
No, that's
on the
okay.
internet.
I don't care. I understand.
No, I'll watch
It's
them before
sometimes like
tomorrow's show. I will.
that. Don't worry about it now. Don't worry about it now because you're gonna be watching it tomorrow. Anyways,
But
so here's this guy had a good theory where the reason why they brought the Mandalorian in is because of the Darksaber. And so now it's the Darksaber that needs to go back to Boba Fett because the Fetts in the beginning of the Mandalorian's world or whatever it was, the Fetts were the ones who had the Darksaber. So the Darksaber is going to go back to the Fetts, and it's going to be like the Fetts are rulers or something now.
Well, I mean,
But
I
since
guess
they're
if
bringing
Mandalore
him
was
up to-
destroyed,
Right, but because he's now the ruler of,
so he could bring
Tatooine.
Mandalore then to Tatooine. So yeah,
I
okay.
don't know, something like that. I don't know.
That'd be
I don't know,
interesting.
something like that,
Make a
It would
new
be
Mandalore,
interesting.
basically.
Right. I honestly think it sounds like rubbish, but because
It
Well,
probably
but I mean,
is,
that's
but
Disney
it
Star
probably
Wars,
is,
Dan.
but it sounds
I know,
interesting.
exactly. But it does sound interesting to me that they
That
might
would
go
be
that
interesting.
route. Ub reference. What is that, Tabitha?
Yub.
Oh,
Yub.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay, got
Ewok.
it. Ewoks. Yep.
Star Cruiser.
Yub.
Krish. I
Nub.
thought it was Yub. I thought it was Yub Nub. Oh well. Yub.
Yub.
I don't know.
Nub.
Who knows? They're aliens. It's the same,
Well,
as versus Yub
That's
Nub.
right.
So.
You know what? I like better the Spaceballs Ewoks. Doot 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 ding 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 ding.
Oh, the Jawas.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
Ding,
they were the
ding,
Jawas.
ding,
You
ding,
know what that was
ding,
modeled
ding,
after,
ding,
right?
ding, 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 ding. Yes.
The Parent Trap. Yeah.
Mhm.
When they're in the woods.
Oh, you're right. Ewoks are the
Mhm.
fuzzy things.
The
Darn
bears.
Yeah.
it! I called
You
Jawas
did.
Ewoks. Why did I do
You
that?
did. Because
Well,
they're
Jawas
fuzzy
are
now.
fuzzy.
They're
Oh,
fuzzy
that's right.
now,
Jawas
apparently.
are fuzzy now. Yeah, maybe they are. Maybe Ewoks are Jawas.
Desert Ewoks.
If their eyes don't glow. Well,
But they're
okay,
desert
desert
Ewoks.
Ewoks.
But they're desert Ewoks. They adapted to the environment.
To get glowy eyes.
So why not? Maybe.
Well, they
maybe
do
they're not
say that
real
your
glowy eyes. Maybe they're
they
just.
do say that your eyes
black.
get brighter the more sun exposure that they have. So I
Well,
mean,
two
they're
suns
desert.
then. So
So they have
That's
two
right,
suns.
because
They're
of
out
two
all the
suns.
time. I mean, I think it makes sense.
They must
Total
be blind.
sense.
That's my opinion. They must be
and then they
blind.
wear mini, and then they wear mini Jedi, hoodies.
Robes. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
See?
Yes,
Love it.
I feel
love
like
it.
they're the ones that inspired Ben Kenobi's outfit. Because
That's it right there. That's what I think too.
that's right.
It might have been Yub Nub. That is my
Yub Nub.
favorite series of books with one of my favorite characters,
Cornhorn.
Cornhorn.
Mm-hmm. Cornhorn was awesome.
Sounds painful.
Cornhorn.
Anyway,
The only other character that was really awesome was Kyle Katarn.
Yes.
All right, so
he was a great.
when we talk about
Anyway,
Ewoks, are we talking about the those Ewok movies that George Lucas did?
Yeah, the Ewok Adventures.
Caravan of Courage.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Ewok Adventures. Yeah, you're right.
I liked those movies with Sindel.
Yeah, it's on the vintage collection.
Yeah, and you know what's so cool about it is that they decided not to eat these little kids. That was nice of them.
It was very nice of them.
No,
Yes,
no.
sure.
Instead, they ate the dead stormtroopers and TIE fighter pilots instead.
I
Yeah,
mean,
exactly.
that's just generous. Now, I like those movies, especially because, that was my first, and I think the world's introduction, perhaps, maybe, in the second one, to the witches of
Mirrex Tarek, yeah.
Yeah, was it Dathomir?
Dathomir?
Dathomir, there we go. I thought those were interesting characters, and what is her name? It's with the C or something is it Chanel, Connell, something like that.
Oh gosh,
I mean,
it's been a while.
that is the Witch Sisters. That's our first introduction to them, and then later on, Darth Maul, it talks to them and things like that. So, yeah,
interesting.
So I mean, people throw shade on the Ewok Adventures, but they were fun adventures.
I liked them, man. They were I mean,
good.
really, the first one, it was fun for me to be able to watch it and take a nap too.
I don't think I even remember them though.
Oh, they're good.
I loved it.
I mean, those were really
the things that drew me into
first
Star Wars, right?
They were like the first side quests. We think we're all fancy with our Clone Wars and our Rebels and our Mandalorian, but the Ewok Adventures, that's where it was at.
That's it. That's where it's at. That's right. Yeah, but I think anything could happen in this episode. What I would like to see is them tie in all the storylines that they put in the first 4 episodes. I mean, what I don't understand why they switched it. Obviously, it was planned because you can't film a week and be have it edited and be okay, now here's your episode. Obviously, it was planned, but I don't know why they would plan it like that.
Do you think they're going to bring the Rancor into the next episode? Do you think Boba Fett's already trained him and is going to come riding in with, on his faithful
steed?
A bantha.
He's going to ride in like a bantha on a Rancor. Yeah, that's going to be cheesy as I'll get out.
Yeah, it's just that this is supposed to be Boba Fett's story.
Yeah, and he's not.
And I honestly, I know everybody loves these 2 episodes, and they're good episodes. Don't get me wrong.
They're not Boba Fett.
But they're not about Boba Fett.
Right.
I honestly have to say I don't care about the Mandalorian when it has to do with the Book of Boba Fett. Now, if you see Mandalorian come in being part of his team, ragtag team, then that's different. But they want to show his whole story before he even gets there. And it's
it's not like they did. It's not like they did that in the Mandalorian when Boba Fett came on.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't do that. They didn't say, oh, well, let's show some Boba Fett before watching more Mandalorian. They didn't do that.
Right.
They were like, oh, well, you know, people don't. Boba Fett's a side character in The Mandalorian.
Yes.
In the Book of Boba Fett, Mandalorian
In the Book of
should have
Boba Fett.
a side character, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's just, it makes me angry that they went that route of, oh, you know, nobody's liking the show. Let's just show some Mandalorian episodes. That's what it feels like, you know?
Yeah.
That's just,
Mhm.
this is
They were
meant
like,
for
we need a
Mandalorian
win.
episodes, but we need
Yeah.
something where people will like this show. So let's
Yeah.
throw them in there.
Yeah,
We
need
have
something to go and keep them coming back.
Yeah.
Now I heard
I would
somebody
still keep
theorize
coming
that
back.
Disney
Well, no, I
is
can-
trying. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I heard a theory. Somebody just spouted it off on Twitter. I think it might have been Jay that said, because he doesn't watch the new Disney stuff, right? He doesn't have access to it. But he sees what everybody else is talking to. And he's like, all the guff that everybody's giving these new, Star Wars things, and especially with the Book of Boba Fett, he's like, do you think that Disney is trying to undermine and basically ruin George Lucas's original characters with the storylines that they've created between The Last Jedi and then now what they're doing to Boba Fett? I mean, these are classic, iconic characters, and they're just kind of
No, I really
throwing
think
them off to the side.
I really think that the first 4 episodes were written by Ryan Johnson, but that's my opinion.
no matter what the credits say.
Yeah, I don't care what the credits say because you know how book writers have anonymous names,
Yeah.
because they don't
Pseudonyms, yeah.
want to be associated with that because then it'll
Right.
be maybe bad
Right.
rep or something. So that's what Ryan Johnson he did a horrible movie, but they still want to use him. But they're like, oh, we'll just give him like some kind of anonymous name and put him in the credits, and there you go. You don't know it's Ryan Johnson, but it is Ryan Johnson.
But it is
making these
Johnson.
shows,
It's just
Ruin Johnson. Yes, I get it, Ruin Johnson.
Ruin
But
Johnson.
that's how I felt in the first 4 episodes. But at the same time, it's like, okay, these 2 episodes came out. I still want to see what's going to happen with Boba Fett.
Mhm.
I still want.
I mean, we're too far in now not to.
Exactly. We're too far in
Yeah.
now not to say, you know what, forget it. I'm not going to watch this ever and again. Blah blah blah. You know how people said about Ryan Johnson's movie. What is that called? The
Last Jedi.
the last Star Wars or something.
The penultimate Star Wars.
That's right. And it's like people didn't want, people hated that movie, but people still watched The Rise of Skywalker.
Oh yeah, I wanted to finish the story.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
People wanted to finish and see what was going on. People still watched Solo, worst movie ever, in my opinion.
No.
See,
I
Josh
did-
liked that movie. I
did
didn't like
not
it.
No, I didn't say I liked it. I'm just saying it's not the worst.
Oh well, between
Oh, yeah, I
don't
think it's the
Solo,
Rise of
but I don't-
Skywalker is the worst.
Yes, I think the storyline
The
for Rise
only
of
reason
Skywalker
why
is the
Rise of
worst.
Skywalker is the worst is because they didn't stretch it out and make it a nice movie. It went too
No, it's because of poor
I
handling.
think it's the
That's the
storyline. That's what makes it the worst for me. Is the
Yeah.
story.
And where
Mhm.
did that one lady come from? Is like,
Who's Zori Bliss?
yeah, where'd she come
Who's
from?
that?
The purple one in the
Oh, her,
hell with
and
the
she's
helmet.
really
She was an
cool.
intriguing character. To
She
me,
was intriguing.
she was what they were trying to do with Captain Phasma. She was the
But
Boba
she had
Fett
some
of
kind
the
of-
new.
Right. But what's that? What's the pilot's name?
Poe Dameron.
Poe.
So she had an interest with Poe Dameron, and they had a backstory. But why did they put the backstory in the last movie? That was so stupid.
Right.
Stupid.
I agree.
You know, people are so
Yeah.
dumb. Why add more people like Ryan Johnson added that? Nothing wrong with
DJ?
the actress of Rose Tika, but
Oh.
Yeah.
why
Oh,
add
her.
Rose
Oh,
Tika when
gosh.
she had nothing to do with the freaking movies? You know, it was
It's
just
too
Well, even-
true.
poor.
Even Benicio del Toro. I mean, his character, could have been interesting or like that, but he was just kind of just thrown in there.
Which
Right.
one was he again?
Because
DJ,
DJ,
the dude that was on
I-
Canto Bite that they happened to go ahead and recruit
Oh.
to go ahead and
Oh,
hack
right.
the
and he was the hacker.
computers.
Oh.
The hacker guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
You're
but
right.
you think about The Empire Strikes
Good
Back, and we
actors,
get
but-
introduced to Lando.
Lando,
Yeah, but there was
Yoda.
a reason for that, and he was on a different planet.
Well, not to
But you-
mention the fact that they had follow-ups on them as well with another movie.
But you notice how we didn't have to have. I don't know why people are obsessed with backstories, because we never got a backstory on until Solo. But you know what I'm saying? Like when they introduced Lando, we didn't get a flashback of how Han Solo met him. You know what I'm saying? Like we just continue with the story.
Rub elbows and be like, hey.
We didn't get a backstory on Palpatine initially either.
Yeah,
Right,
you don't have to have a backstory to make interesting characters.
Until that rise of whatever Walker. What?
The rise of Palpatine.
Yeah. The rise of Palpatine.
There
Walker.
is another.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Yeah,
that was stupid.
It was terrible.
Why? I don't. I just don't understand why these movies and shows are going the way they are. I mean, I get it. You want to put out content.
I have two words for that one. It's not really words. Two names. Kathleen Kennedy.
Well, that's what everybody says, right?
Can she really have that much power to control the franchise like
this? At the same
time,
time,
yes.
I don't think it's just Kathleen Kennedy, because she's the one, funding everything. I think a lot of it's just like the writers or the people under her. Hey, I think this would be a good story. How about this?
Yeah, but who's the one that says okay?
Well,
who's the one that says okay?
She's going to say okay because if it's got Star Wars in the name of it, she even said it herself.
Well, remember, she said
everybody's going to love it. Everybody's going to watch it.
Star Wars is in the name. She also came out and said that the Force is female.
Right. I think she was saying the Force is also female, not just the Force.
No, she didn't say also. She said the Force is female.
Okay, so it's like those people that say God is a female, right? That's probably what it is. Oh, God's not a man; it's female. Well, yeah, no, they're not true. Yeah,
Illuminati. Here comes Dan.
but no, I mean, because Dave Filoni was the apprentice of George Lucas.
My brother, look at it. He says
Dave Filoni
was the best. Boba
Fett, yeah.
Well, yeah, it is dumb.
But Dave Filoni needs to be just overseer of Lucasfilm as a whole. Kathleen Kennedy can go ahead and do things like with Indiana Jones or whatever. Because to me, Indiana Jones,
because that's going well.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I know. Well, to me, it's done. I mean, Harrison Ford is reprising it one more time, but to me, it's done.
I didn't know you didn't say. I thought you said dumb, not done.
No, it's done.
Yeah.
D-O-N-E. Sorry, done.
So,
but
Indiana Jones was done after the third movie, not the fourth movie. Crystal Skull was stupid.
Right.
It was. With that one.
But Dave Filoni needs to be head of all things Star Wars because he was apprenticed by George Lucas. He is George Lucas Jr.
If you look at Dave Filoni, though, he's also the one saying okay to a lot of the stuff too. Because Dave Filoni.
Well, you could say that about Jon Favreau too, but their hands are tied for certain things.
Right.
I was gonna say they can only do so much because ultimately Kathleen Kennedy is in charge.
Right.
So they can only go so far until Kathleen Kennedy. No, let's do this.
Well, you get one devil worshiper, convinces everybody else to become devil worshippers. Everything goes downhill after that.
I think Kathleen Kennedy is more like a female Fauci. I am the Star Wars.
She's
instead of I am the science.
She's
right.
She's the vaccine. She's the vaccine mandate.
But that's a whole nother,
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's my take on the book of Boba
Fett.
They just didn't do his character justice as a summary for the book of Boba Fett. He's a total letdown.
Justice. It's not following the storyline that they put in place. It's like
as a ruthless bounty hunter, he really doesn't do anything ruthless. He just
when Cad Bane comes on the scene and he's like he's the most feared and Palpatine and all this stuff, and I'm thinking,
everybody's
when I'm
like,
watching that,
huh?
I'm like, he probably hasn't seen Boba Fett in a while because nobody cares, even in the town.
Yeah.
When they say his name, nobody shrivels in fear or anything.
Well, you know what happened?
Right.
Those Tusken Raiders made him soft.
Somehow, right? Ruthless killers made him
cuddled
soft.
they hugged him, they loved him. They were like, "You're
But
like
not
one
soft
of us."
enough to really go ahead and shout a war cry out after he burned him.
That's right.
Yeah,
He was still hard enough to go ahead and keep that inside.
That's right. Well, he did dance with
right.
them.
Yeah,
He did dance with them,
do
which was
that.
goofy as crap.
It was
Hey,
good.
hey, that's what Native American Indians do. They do those rain dances all the time.
Yeah, but the white guy doesn't join in with them, does he?
It depends on what movie you're watching.
Hey,
Have you
he
seen
is
the movie
not a
Almost
white
Hero?
guy.
Yeah, that's
No,
right.
but I mean, but I'm just saying, as far as like if
The
it's just
outsider.
not your culture, you really don't join in with it.
Well, but
Right.
that became his culture. He essentially became a honorable member of that Tuscan tribe
That's why they dressed him in the black.
and the robes and stuff. And he
Which-
got to make
which was
his
also
fancy
goofy.
stick.
Yeah,
They turned him into a
Yeah, and they wrap
monk.
around him.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's standing like Jesus on a cross.
no, he was standing there like King Theoden getting armored up before going out on the
Right.
wall.
Where
Well,
was the
either way.
The horn that was
It was
blowing.
blowing, right. Right. He did.
It passed
Well,
like
but-
rain on the
Well,
mountain.
that kind of brings back, like Moses and the Pharaoh.
The
when
Red Sea.
Pharaoh would dress up, Red Sea. All that stuff has somewhat like of an Egyptian feel to it, But at the
didn't get
same
that.
time, you're right. It's more like hey, I became a monk, or I became
It's like Owen Wilson's character in Loki. Talk.
Owen Wilson is funny.
Yeah.
I like Owen Wilson.
That's all about
than the guy that plays Loki. Honestly,
Tom Hiddleston.
Oh, brilliant.
But I mean, that's all that Boba Fett does. Just talk.
He's not a man of action anymore.
I really, honestly, I don't even remember. Has he even fired his weapon
Either
once?
Becoming Mandalore or
Mandalore.
being Jake Skywalker. Yes.
Jake Skywalker.
Yes, that's what's happening to him. He's either becoming a Jake Skywalker, or I predict there's going to be a showdown between Cad Bane and Boba, bringing Boba back to his ruthless bounty hunter self.
Yeah, but why would you go ahead and bring Cad Bane in just to kill him off?
I wouldn't do that. Yeah, I don't think so.
Well, not only that, like you really would wait to the last episode for Boba Fett to stop being an old man.
Right.
That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for Boba Fett to get younger. They could have at least de-aged his face a little, Especially that part in episode 1 where he's like, he grabs that stick and he goes, yeah, right? And he doesn't look too ruthless because he's shaking like an old man. Like he's got,
No,
what's going
he looked
on?
more ruthless in the Mandalorian series.
Yeah.
He did. He did a good job. Well, they did a good job with that Mandalorian series. That's why.
Well, it seems like the Mandalorian is the baby of Disney right now. Like
It is.
they're
Yeah, I
trying to
think
do
so.
their best to make sure that nothing bad happens with the Mandalorian and everything. Well, I can't
That's
say
because-
everything else because we don't have more TV shows. But as far as like what we've got
Right.
now, everything else is secondary. I don't know if
Right,
they expected the Mandalorian to be
take
the
off
new
so quick,
Star
yeah.
Wars. I mean, Mandalorian is the new generation, the face of the new generation of Star Wars.
It really
So-
is.
That's true.
It's far surpassed what the sequel trilogy ever could have done.
Yeah.
Because it created
Alright, going back.
very interesting characters and
I'm
everything.
going
So,
back
but
real
anyway, go
quick.
ahead. Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
backtrack. Luke's face. The only time it doesn't look good is when he goes to the profile. Then he
Why is
comes
his
back
nose
and
longer?
looks normal.
There's a couple of
profile
times where
doesn't
the
look
lighting is not quite accurate.
Yeah,
But overall,
I mean, okay, so we got some video reference in the background. We can go ahead and compare right now. So.
right, let me make the screen bigger real quick.
You know what that reminds me of? I'm gonna have to say this if David's still watching. When Luke Skywalker's doing his sword, whirling around
Flailing.
the woods for some stupid reason.
I didn't
reminds
understand that
me-
part either because he wasn't
Yeah, it
teaching Grogu anything. Grogu's trying
No,
to
I know.
meditate and hold his balance.
He
and
was
Luke's
showing
like,
off
let me
is
wave
what it
my
was.
sword around. He didn't. I was
You know,
expecting him to
show
cut the
off.
bamboo to distract him or something.
I got a lightsaber, you don't.
You
I got a
don't,
lightsaber, you don't.
But you know what's? It makes me think of a video that my brother and I did long time ago. We used to make
Oh,
these
no.
little videos
Oh
of
gosh.
Star Wars.
Is it the one
stuff,
I've seen?
you know. It could have been one you've seen. There's a bunch on my older channel on YouTube that you can look at, and
We
my
need
brother
links.
does
Links
the
or it
exact
didn't
same
happen.
moves. The thing is what's funny. My brother does the exact same moves with the lightsabers, twirling, spinning, just throwing the sword around, and then he goes, "Whew," you know, and then yeah, I just thought, man, that's so amateurish. It's so bad. But
Dex
yeah.
is being ornery. In the last episode, Boba Fett will use his walker to take out Cain before he can shoot.
Now, by Walker, is he talking
That is what I
ATSC or like Walker?
Yeah, his walker. His walker. I'm
Yeah,
saying he's an
okay.
old man.
M. Raider, Betcad Bane faces Din
Oh, that's interesting.
and takes
I don't know
the
why.
lightsaber from him.
It's interesting, but I don't know why he would take it though.
Yeah.
Well, could you imagine what a trophy that would be? Because it's kind of a smack in the face to all the Mandalorians that this
You know what?
non-Mandalorian
It
has
would.
the saber.
Let
Kind
me
of like
tell
when Moff
everybody
Gideon
this.
had it.
Everybody's predictions are probably right because eventually Star Wars will make it that way. You know, they'll just throw it
Anything
in
goes.
there just because, yeah,
Right.
anything goes. You know, like I said before, Darth Vader's coming back. I just know it.
He always, everybody makes a comeback.
Everybody,
Or
Even if
he'll
it's
be in
a
a
flashback.
cutscene. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
but
Jar
you're
Jar
right.
Binks.
I think the Mandalorian is Disney's baby. You know.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
think
it
that's
is.
what the
It
problem
is. Along with
They're gonna
baby
take-
baby
It's
Yoda.
because I'll tell you why. It's because they really don't want to give George Lucas any more money, so they're coming up with their own new, which makes me wonder why they're not sticking with the making new characters.
Yeah.
Because instead of using, let's use Boba Fett because George Lucas
I mean, there's
made up
plenty of
Boba
them.
Fett. That's
Same thing with Luke Skywalker then too. Yeah.
exactly. Just can't.
I mean,
make something new.
and
Make
like
something more-
Ahsoka is Dave Filoni, but still under George Lucas created.
Right, exactly.
That's odd.
Yeah, right. So why would they? Yeah, see, that's like
Again, I think it's kind of like sticking with the familiar at that point then too.
right. But I think the reason why they're probably doing it and they're doing it badly is because they're like, well, we'll make the audience not like these guys, so we don't have to show them anymore. So we don't have to do member berries anymore, and we can make.
So we just create new stuff.
Yeah, we can create new stuff.
But they have to be careful because some of those new stuff can go ahead and get so woke that it gets broke.
Well,
Right,
that's
right. Well, that's
yeah.
why Mandalorian I think was good because it didn't really go woke, or if it did
really
go
didn't,
woke,
no.
we don't know because it was a good story, you know.
right.
Yeah.
Mhm. Well, again,
I think
because
that's why
these
they're
were
having- I
characters
think
we
that's
had no
what Cara
backstory
Dune
with.
was supposed to be.
Mhm.
Cara Dune was supposed to be the new, I guess, wokeness. You know, women power everywhere in the shows. But because they wrote her character good and they wrote the story
Mhm.
good, everybody liked it. You know,
I could see
Yeah.
that.
and I mean,
don't-
I wouldn't mind having a woman, powerful woman, do as long as the story is good. You know,
Yeah,
Because
they
they
as long as story is
didn't
good.
fixate on that.
right?
Exactly. You could have an element of what we would call the wokeness in there. But the problem with wokeness is that they fixate on the stuff.
Yeah.
Or they change
like-
the identity of the current or the already made characters. So yeah,
Well,
you
it's
can
like my
have a
sister and
powerful
I-
female, but
It was like I was telling my sister that I got in a little bit of a Facebook fight.
what?
On IGN, and they were talking about the Amazon produced Lord of the Rings, and they're all excited about that there's could be a Black Hobbit, and I said I'm okay with a new series as long as it adheres to the source material.
Yeah.
And they're trying to say that, oh, you're racist and stuff like that. It's like that has nothing to do with it. As long as it stays, I'm okay with
Who
new
cares if
stuff.
there's
As long as it
Chinese
makes,
Hobbit or a Black
as long as it,
Hobbit, you know.
well, as long as it
cares?
makes
As long as
sense.
yeah, exactly. As long as they stick with the storyline, You know.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I was
Not just
trying to
doing
explain.
it
Is
because.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
not throwing in that oh, what is it called? That one show that everybody loved, I guess. That I know.
The
What, Game
Wheel
of
of
Thrones?
Time.
Game of Thrones. That's it.
Oh.
As long as they don't make a Game of Thrones where there's nudity and
Mhm.
swear words everywhere,
right.
I think I'll be okay. You know, I think it might be
Mhm.
all right. You know, as
Well,
long as they don't
and
throw
Lord of the Rings
bad
shouldn't
stuff
have
that's
that.
stupid. You know,
But people
Yeah,
want
but
it
anyway,
to have
but
that, and it's like I
No,
don't know why.
which is weird.
It doesn't
some
help
people
the
do want it
story.
no, it doesn't. It doesn't help the story.
But that's just reiterating on wokeness in a lot of the storytelling doesn't work.
Yeah. Now Dex does say that they own the entire IP of Lucasfilm, but I don't. I think there was something in the contract where they have to use, if they use certain characters, some of that money goes back to George Lucas.
I wouldn't
think
doubt
I
it.
wouldn't
There
be
has got to be
surprised.
some
It's,
kind of revenue that he makes from it
Mhm.
forever.
Matt Vader, how you doing? Nudity and
Matt
swear words.
Vader.
Where?
Not here.
Not here. That's
No.
right.
Although Dan did say a couple of weeks ago that he was. How did you word that? Or what is it? Was it on Sunday where you were talking about beefcakes and you said something about?
Oh, right.
Well, I mean, as a straight dude, I find guys attractive.
Right.
It was just weird. It was funny though.
Don't know how to take that one.
Right.
And then Dan essentially said he was a lesbian a while ago, and Dax was at R2 where Dax was like, "Does your wife know?" And she seems to be okay with it.
Well, I mean,
Yeah. How could
if
she
you think
not be?
about it. Why not?
I don't want to.
Because I said I was a lesbian trapped in a man's body, so lesbians like women, men.
There you go.
Right.
Man.
Yeah, I've heard
Right.
that saying before. Yeah.
Oh, have
Right?
you? See,
Yep, straight
Yeah.
women
I'm
like
not the only one
guys.
that's heard that before. Amazon will use Lord of the Rings as a platform for their woke agenda. So let's
Yeah,
hope
it's not gonna be
not.
surprising.
I'm hoping not because
I'm hoping not, but I'm not gonna be surprised.
right,
I'm not
I
getting
won't
my
be
hopes up.
surprised,
It's
but-
like the Wheel of Time, like I've said before. I knew it was going to be bad. I did. I
Right.
knew it was going to be bad. I just didn't know how bad they were going to make it, but I wanted it to
Yeah.
be good. So when I watched it and I was disappointed, I wasn't really surprised. I was just
Right.
like, well, I kind of expected this to happen, so oh well. So, unfortunately, I hope to be. I mean, I hope to be pleasantly surprised when it comes out, but I know I'm not going to. I don't have any faith in it. So
Right. Now, if it does become woke, I think J.R.R. Tolkien would be rolling in his grave
Oh yeah.
I'm sure.
Oh,
I'm sure
yeah.
he already is because
because he's very, he was definitely a very religious man, and that's why he wrote the stories the way he did.
Mhm.
And he understood war too back then because he was in World War One. So
Yeah.
Let's see here. What I missed some things. Nope. Lucas stated that he has no control and receives no residuals from the IP. Oh well, that sucks. If you didn't say it.
Yeah.
Saw you guys lurking in our space today. So got your yes. Yep, that was me. I usually run the inside the booth page there. Be prepared to be horribly disappointed, Dan. The Lord of the Rings, yes. I'm hoping not. But you know what is nice about the whole Lord of the Rings thing is that I still have those movies. So if I don't like the
Right.
Amazon
Oh
thing,
yeah.
I throw them away.
Yep.
I get my movies out and I watch those.
Oh
Yep.
yeah. It's the same thing with Star Wars. No matter how
Mhm.
much I enjoyed like even the prequels and the Mandalorian and whatnot, like when I want to watch Star
originals.
Wars, I don't watch Phantom Menace. I don't watch anything. But like when I say I'm in the mood for Star Wars, nobody says, well, which one? It's always the original three.
Mhm.
Right.
Always. And it always will be.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that there's nothing. There's bits and pieces that are still good in the shows and all that stuff. Yeah, there
Mhm.
is.
Yeah.
I just wish we could cut all those good parts out, make your own like little movie. I mean, it wouldn't make sense at all, but you put it together and you'd be like, oh, at least I can watch the good.
You can make
parts.
one good episode.
Right.
Yeah, right. You can make one
Yeah.
good episode. That's it.
Yeah, it's a
But
shame.
that's why I was saying maybe Star Wars should just do that. They should just get into doing seasons and episodes. Because I've seen
I'm pretty sure
cartoons,
that's kind of the way they're leaning towards.
but I've seen cartoons do it where they don't really follow each other. They just make them to
Mhm.
make them. And
Oh,
if
okay.
that's what Disney wants to do, well, just do it then. Don't
Well,
try
that-
to make a story about Boba
Yeah.
Fett and then throw in other stuff that doesn't have
Yeah.
to do with Boba Fett.
I was going to say that could be believable, except for the last 2 episodes.
Right, exactly. That's true.
Right.
Just do it. Did you hear me, Disney? Just make some like episodes of fan films feel like that's what it'll feel like fan films, and just throw things out there. People will watch it. Why?
They'll
Because it's
watch
Star
it.
Wars.
Because it's Star Wars.
Exactly.
Right.
It's like the Simpsons.
Gonk
They don't follow
droid.
each other. Simpsons don't follow what the next episode from the next episode. So who cares? Do the show like that, and call it Star Wars. I don't know,
Gonk droid.
Journeys.
or something. Yeah, Star Wars Journeys, or exactly.
That way it's no one specific person.
Let's see here. What's great? Tabitha, the new Stargate has been greenlit. Brad Wright is writing the story currently, and
Michael Shanks, Amanda Tapping, and Ben Browder have been signed on. Well, I'm going to be honest, Dax. I'm going to treat it exactly the same way that I treated news like that, like I did with Wheel of Time and with Lord of the Rings. A part of me is excited and looking forward to it, but at the same time, because I've pretty much lost all hope in Hollywood, I'll just wait and see what happens. I'm not going to get my hopes up.
Matt Vader says that's great news, though.
Yeah. I got the entire series for Christmas on DVD. So if it turns out to be utter crap, which it probably will, no offense to the people, I'm just gonna watch my beloved Stargate. So SG1.
Or you could just watch the movie.
Well, that too.
There. Leave it at the movie. That's it.
No, I like the shows.
Oh, do you like the shows? I've never seen the shows, honestly.
SG1
we talked about this. We've talked about this.
I know. And there's only you know what I'll do, Tabitha? I'll watch the episode that you don't want to watch. How about that?
Oh, go all the way to season 7? Sure. Just skip 6 years of
I'll skip everything else. I just watch season 7 just for you. And then I'll tell you, well, it's not as bad as you think, and then you can watch it.
Right. And then I'll be the people. I'll be that person like everybody else is when Luke shows up.
I don't know what that means, Dax.
I think about the fact that you've never seen Stargate SG1.
Oh, SG1. Okay, gotcha. That's probably what it is. Sorry if I have disappointed all of you. Honestly, I'm not as.
I mean, multiple times, but I still come back. So. But you're looking for a toy, aren't you?
No. I was gonna look for a movie. I don't remember the name of the movie though. That's why I was looking up. So I got it up there somewhere, I think. Yeah, found it. I haven't even seen this yet. It's still in that, and I'm sorry, R2. I haven't seen it yet.
What is it?
Firefly. You haven't seen Firefly?
Dan!
It's still in the
Oh
wrap.
my gosh. Oh man.
But
You're missing out.
Planning on watching this too. So this and SG1 I'll watch.
I would say watch Firefly.
You might need to watch that one first. You'll burn through quicker.
Yeah. Okay.
It's only 14 episodes.
Great.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it got canceled.
That's another question. Why are these episodes of seasons of Mandalorian, Boba Fett? Why are they so short? Why is it only like 8 instead of like 10 or 12?
Or 22?
It seems like lately. It seems lately they're all 22? Going that route.
Yeah.
It seems lately when it goes to like streaming episodes, as far as like streaming services making their own originals, they're only going like for like small bits, like just 8 episodes or whatever like that. Whereas you go ahead and do something like that's on like mainstream TV, then it's like 20 episodes.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. I mean,
you think that you'd think that Disney and Lucasfilm would have more money than like
Yeah,
ABC
Anybody.
or
yeah,
CBS.
exactly.
Well, because they own ABC.
Right.
Well, no, but I mean, like, like even like CBS or whatever like that,
I know.
or
Right.
TNT or TBS
I mean-
or whatever.
Disney is like 3 pennies short from being as rich as God, and still they come out with crap.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
It's like Apple and Amazon.
Well, here. I mean, I understand like episodes or seasons or
I mean,
episodes series
you know,
that are like 8 or 9
down.
because they are fan funded, or how do you spell
Oh.
that? Funded by the
Okay.
people.
yeah, I know what I mean. Yeah.
Like in The Chosen. The Chosen was funded by people.
Yeah.
They only have about 8 or 9 episodes.
Which is a good series, by the way.
Right, it is. Which your sister still needs to get on the ball with that one.
It's free.
It is free.
It's
And
Josh is
free.
like, Josh is not even starting off with, "Oh, come on, it's so great." He's just starting off with, "He knows me. He knows me too well. It's free."
Right. It's free. Come on, just do it.
Just download the app. That's all you need to do.
That's all you need.
Another one.
Well, eventually we're gonna probably start reviewing them. So we're gonna make Tabitha watch them. So,
But anyway,
she's like,
but no, I think I really would be cool if
Tabitha, just
like
think,
for
sorry, I'm gonna cut you off for a minute. Tabitha,
sorry, go ahead.
Just think, those Christian movies we reviewed. What was it? Facing the Giants, but better.
Better.
Yeah.
So
I know.
Yeah,
Well,
better
see, but
quality.
here's
And I know
here's
you're like,
here's my
Christian
qualm.
things? I don't know.
It's not so much religious films, although I've watched them. It's more about biblical, like Bible films that I don't really.
It
like
is a
watching.
lot more. It's just it changes perspective.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just
All
changes
right.
the-
All right.
Yeah.
You're not looking at it like through Jesus' eyes. You're looking at it through the people's eyes.
Yeah.
Which is kind of interesting. It's pretty
really
neat.
kind of cool. You should.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
mean,
will.
like
When
me, I
we
like
first
following
watched it, you'll be
Nicodemus.
Like, I should have done it. Yeah.
I mean, David's
But,
wife told
yeah.
me that I need to watch it too, so I'm like, I'm going off of
Yeah.
David's wife, not you guys.
Okay.
But
Well.
but anyway,
We're guys,
but-
you don't like us.
but like I was saying though, I'm cool with like short amount of episodes
Don't you
if
fund me. No.
if they went the route of like the BBC Sherlock Holmes.
Well, yeah, you
each
thought it was like an
episode was an
hour.
hour and a half.
Hour and a half.
Hour and a
yeah.
half, almost 2 hour long.
You were
Oh,
essentially
okay.
getting a movie
So
per
you're getting
episode.
Oh.
So it's like each season of the Sherlock Holmes that BBC produced that had Benedict Cumberbatch in it, they only had 4 episodes, but they were each an hour and a half long.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah,
I'm
but they're
totally
really
cool
long.
with that
Yeah. Okay.
because it's a longer storytelling
Mhm.
per episode.
Yeah. Oh, see, sorry, I should have
Yeah.
looked at this earlier when I was trying to figure out the name of that crowdfunding. Thank you, Rex.
Yeah.
Got your back.
He's got my back.
Got your
All right. So yeah, no, you're right. That sounds like that would be better if they did it like that
Mhm.
instead of just 8 episodes of short episodes.
Yeah, because they're really, really short.
Yeah,
Well-
they seem short. I mean, I think the Mandalorian seasons of the Book of Boba Fett,
The episodes, they
longer
yeah, they
than
are.
the Boba Fett ones. So
They have been the longest ones.
yeah,
Mhm.
I just hope it all ties together tomorrow night.
That's the biggest
all.
thing.
Or tomorrow morning, or whatever.
You
Tonight
can't
at
work
1
a
o'clock.
miracle in one
Yeah.
episode, or can you?
Well, yeah, or can you? Maybe they'll leave
We'll
it like
see.
an hour and 10 minutes or something. That would be nice, just to wrap
Mhm.
things up and to kind of make you say, oh, "Okay, that's where they're going."
Yeah,
Yeah.
big climatic finish, if you will.
Yeah, that'd be nice. But I guess we'll see what we get.
hmm
We'll see what we get, and then let's talk about it.
And watch Dan laugh at people crying.
That's right.
Right?
I love all you guys. Just saying. No matter if you cried or not.
Yeah, I mean, to each their
I
own.
just need Boba Fett to go Tuscan once.
He should.
That's
you
what
know,
we're all
get out-
hoping for
Get
now.
out that big long Tuscan gun and start shooting everybody.
No, he
No,
doesn't
he's the
shoot people
gaffy stick.
anymore.
And then he goes.
He needs to use the gaffy stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's not counting.
Dax is ready to head out. All right,
Mm.
Dax. Love you, buddy.
Be
Have a good night.
safe.
Be safe. 3 a.m. does come in quick.
Early.
Early. Quick and early. Early and quick.
It's a shame.
Work. Who needs to work anyways? Everybody, we all just quit our jobs and
We all need to work nowadays with the way things are going.
You don't work, you don't eat.
That's true.
What?
Yeah.
I think it's getting late, Dan.
I'm the woman of this family. I'm the stay-at-home
Oh.
dad.
Hey, that's the way of the future. Dan's woke,
Nice.
everybody.
I am woke. I'm so sorry.
You see his hair's getting longer. It's going to be in a bun one of these days.
Every time I put in a ponytail, my daughter tells me, "You're not a girl, Dad. Get it out. Take it out now."
Dan setting the example for a transvestite.
And I go, honey,
Whoa. Whoa.
I go, honey, it's okay. I just need the hair out of my eyes. She goes, but Dad.
That's literally what she said.
Yeah. And I go, all right. I'm not a girl. You're absolutely right.
Then Dan, can you make me a sandwich? Oh, Phil. That's a good one.
Phil, I actually could if you really wanted me to.
That was good.
If it's a peanut butter jelly sandwich. Because I'm too lazy to make anything else.
There you go. She says you have a based daughter. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Yeah, I taught her well. I know. And yes, in the springtime, all of this and all of this will probably be gone.
He'll be an egg. It's just in time for Easter.
Oh,
That's
wow.
right. That's right. Now, a lot of people say I look like what is his name? That actor. I can't even think of his name.
Oh, him.
He played what's his name in the Daredevil TV series? The big guy.
Kingpin?
Kingpin?
Kingpin, yes. He plays
Vincent D'Onofrio?
Yeah. They say I look like him when I shave my head and face. I go, oh, thank you, everybody.
I'm glad people are stopping that people no longer see color when they look at you, Dan. That's really good. People are really growing.
Color.
Wasn't he the black
Kingpin's
guy?
white.
No,
in that one he was, but
the black guy was
no.
Something.
Yeah, but he was
the
Kingpin in the Daredevil movie. He's talking about the Daredevil series.
Okay, see, I'm not wrong. I just got the wrong thing. Okay, because you had me really confused there, Dan, and I'm like, well, it's great that people don't see color when they
don't
look
go
at you.
blackface. You'll get canceled if you go blackface.
Oh my goodness. Well, anyway.
What's Shaded Beer says? I still want a book of Boba Fett. Yeah,
Boba Fett.
Too. Yeah.
Truck driver
Fett.
The Cajun edition.
That's right. Dan does have a Josie Scott thing going on. Lead singer of rock band
Saliva.
Cool. Thank you.
No idea.
I'll take that as a compliment because I don't listen to a lot of music. But yeah, thank you. Mission Impossible. Hey, now, I like the first and second Mission Impossible. The rest of them, not so much.
The third one.
The third one was okay. Now the fourth and fifth and sixth and seventh one, I think those were bad.
Don't forget,
and then there's going to be an
7.5.
eighth one.
7.5, 8, 9.
Eighth one hasn't come out yet.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, Tom Cruise is just getting too old to keep doing the stuff he does.
Beating
I like it when
horse.
it is. Mm-hmm. And I know he likes to do that stuff, but still, it's like
I think Mission Impossible has run its course.
You're getting old, you're looking old, you don't look like the same guy in the first movie. Just give it up, do a different movie, maybe similar story wise. If you really
Right.
like that, make it similar story, but don't call it Mission Impossible anymore. Call it something else. You know, because you're just
Mission Indestructible.
Some,
yeah. There you go. 'Cause
something
you
more
look
original.
totally like a different guy now. It's true though. When you get older, they start looking different. And
Mhm.
it's like, man,
That's usually what happens when you get older.
it is. It is. That's what you know. What and you know what? It makes me laugh. I'm gonna go a little bit. I should probably do forks and knives very soon. But
Yes.
right, Tabitha.
Yes.
But I'm gonna go a little bit.
But somebody
on
has to get up
politics
early over
first.
here.
Yeah. So I'm gonna hit up something on politics real quickly.
Oh, here.
There are people who
Get your
put-
eyes out, everybody.
That's right. That's right. There are people who put Biden's picture against
Oh, yeah.
a younger Biden, and they say, "Oh, see, they're totally different people." And I'm like, no, "You guys are so dumb. When you get old, your face changes shape.
Right.
Why? Because of gravity, and you get old, all more wrinkles and stuff." And I'm like, "You guys
Look at
dumb,
look at like
dumb,
Harrison.
dumb."
Look at Mark Hamill. Look at
Yeah,
Harrison
exactly. He doesn't
Ford.
even look the same as young Mark Hamill. You know,
Look at Sylvester Stallone, and he's had facelifts. I mean, for crying out loud.
exactly. Well, yeah, poor guy. I mean, I think he
Poor
had
guy.
facelifts because he had like something happen.
But I'm just like, you get older and you
Yeah.
change. I mean,
But yeah, you get older, you change, you don't look the same.
I mean,
And
I
it's
didn't
not
expect to
bad.
go ahead and still be looking like my 1-year-old self at 36. So I mean, you know.
Right, exactly. I mean, if you look, I mean, there are similarities when you look at yourself from 18 to 36.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
37.
you can
There's
recognize who it
similarities,
is. But, yeah.
but you could tell like things are changing a little, and it's like
Mhm.
it's not my
My hair
double.
color's changing.
You know, it's not my stunt double. It's not a clone of me. It's me younger.
It could
And
be a clone. We're doing that now.
that
An aged clone, though.
um
Keanu Reeves almost never ages either.
yeah.
I want to add Jude
Biden
Law to
has-
that list too.
I'm gonna say this. Biden has had facelifts and hair plugs too.
Well,
He
yeah,
laughs about it. Yes, it's funny, but you're
but he still
absolutely
looks
right.
old as
That's
dirt.
the reason. Yeah, but that could be another factor of why his face looks different than when he was younger. You know.
Yeah.
Denzel Washington never ages. That's because he's got good genes. Paul Rudd never ages.
Nicely done, Dan.
I was gonna say diplomatic answer right there, man.
He's got good genes. Tabitha won't ever get that way when she becomes a boomer. She's always will look great. Okay.
I hope so, Phil. If I don't, I'm gonna sue you.
Surprise.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
hold
I
you
mean,
down.
Tabitha and Josh must have good genes. You know what I mean?
We do
When
have
people
good
don't
genes.
look
I
like
don't know
they
if I-
age fast, it's because they got good genes. That's
Oh
all.
yeah, you should
know?
totally. Yeah, my grandmother. Nobody believes that she's 82. She looks fantastic.
That's right. And my grandfather, before he passed away, he still looked like he was 60 something. And he
Mhm.
passed away looking like he's 60 something. And I'm like,
I think it depends on what you eat.
and
Well,
that
and
too.
that's again, if
Good.
again people
That
know
is
that
part of it.
we're religious here on this channel and everything like that, and leading a
Yeah,
life of
totally.
sin, leading a
Mhm.
life of sin can do major damage to this. And you think
It
of all
actually
the
does.
corruption and all the lies and everything that Biden has instituted in his career, and the
Mm-hmm.
choices that he's made, and not just him, many other people. It can be the average everyday man. If you lead
look
a
at-
measure, it will show up. No amount of makeup. And not trying to throw shade, but you look at Britney Spears. And I know that she went through a lot of hardship that she didn't ask for. But the stress of her life is all over her face. And I feel bad for her for that. I know everybody makes their bed and you got to lie in it. But I'm just saying, it will show up. How you live shows up on your face.
Right.
So-
I thought this was funny. Biden got more hair because of the brain cover up.
Well, was the brain transplant to make him dumber, or was it trying to make him smarter? I mean,
Hey
which
now,
one was it?
you
'Cause-
got to be
Well,
nice. He's,
Well, here's the
Sorry.
issue with Biden, and I know this is not a political channel. Well, not yet, anyways.
We've gotten way off topic too, man.
We have. Well, I think we're done with
There's
Boba Fett.
politics
I
in
think
Star
we're fine.
Wars. You
Oh,
know.
I know.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And I think we're kind of done with Boba Fett, anyways.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, your TV turned off. The episode's over,
Yeah,
so you know.
it's
Yeah.
done anyways.
That's making of
but,
under the helmet.
What I was gonna say is, a lot of people put a lot of shade on Biden, but at the same time, I feel bad for the guy because he's got Alzheimer's. He doesn't know where he's at. He's doing what he's told. He's a puppet on strings, and everybody hates Biden when they should be hating the Democrat Party because that's who's controlling Biden.
I pity him more than anything.
You got the Speaker of the House that controls him. Even caught on video that she said, "No, we're done with Biden. Tell him to stop talking." You know, and
Right.
Pelosi was there, and it was her voice that said these things. So you can't say it's just Biden. It's way more than Biden. So
no, he, you know, in the Bible, it's really difficult, very difficult. The Bible talks about how we need to pray for our leaders, and it's very difficult to do. Very difficult to do. But you know, what happens when you pray for him is like you start pitying him because of the life he's leaving. Again, he made his bed, and unfortunately, he doesn't have. I mean, we don't have a declaration that does confirm that he has some kind of old age mental disability. However, we can tell that something is not whole in him. And when you think about the life that he's led and now where he's at right now, he is the leader of the free world, and he's probably the most belittled and thought less of, like, demeaned person on as far as leadership's concerned on the face of the planet. That's a really sad legacy that he has to leave behind. He chose that life. You know, I'm not making excuses for him. It's just like when you start thinking about it, you're like, how sad is that? Yeah. So sad. Yeah. I'm more upset at his wife than anything.
I was going to say, you said that, you know, the Bible says, and the Bible is, you know, pretty cut and dry, you know, pray for your leaders, but
Josh has found a loophole. Look at this.
No, it's not a loophole. It's an interpretation. You can do with it what you will. I believe that it's pretty cut and dry, but it says, you know, you are to pray for your leaders. Mm-hmm. My question to that is Biden a leader?
He has the position of our leader.
He has the position, but is he a leader?
Well, I think that personally would be.
I know. I believe that the Bible is cut and dry. You know, he's in the position, you pray for the leader kind of thing. But it's one of those things like, oh, well.
If you wanted to go that route,
to be a leader, things like
he's
that.
not really leading or anything like that. He's being led. So, but you know, anyway.
Yeah. He's not a leader, but he is our leader. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I just thought about that. So
even but you know, that's on his test scores. You know, he still kind of passed. So.
My test score. Earlier when
look at this. I won. Remember? And I said, "Or did I pass?" So you know.
Oh look, Jill! I got an F on my report card. That means fantastic, right?
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm worried about who he's being led by as well.
Yeah. And that's what's scary. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like this. So we can pray for Palpatine and the Empire. Was
yes. That was before my time, so I didn't have the opportunity to pray.
Because it was a long time ago, right?
In a galaxy far
away. It wasn't back in the 60s and 70s or whatever. It was much further back than that.
Yeah, it was further back.
Remember the title scroll? See.
Yeah.
Well, you know what the problem is with Biden's own family not even wanting him to run and stuff like that. The problem is that Biden is in an occult. And because he has pledged his life to this occult, he has to do what they say, or they will threaten him, and he will think it's real. So the threats, you know. So they'll threaten him. It's just like, you know, how we always goof around about the Illuminati. It's basically like that. Luciferian is Illuminati. Devil worship is Luciferian. It all ties together.
I think they just bribe him with a cup of Jello every once in a while.
Oh,
Joshua.
no, not Jello. Ice cream. Don't forget.
Right, ice cream. Yes, of course.
It's an ice cream and ice cream cone. But that's what.
Anyway,
it is.
sorry.
That's religious. If you're religious or not, the devil is real. God is real. The devil wants to ruin people's lives.
Yeah.
God wants to make our lives better, but he didn't say it was going to be easy.
Right.
No, and the good thing is that even if the devil does ruin your life, that God is able to go ahead and redeem it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
God can redeem Biden if Biden fully
chooses to.
Fully chooses to repent of his sins and follow Jesus.
Well, I mean, you think, wasn't it Nebuchadnezzar in the Old Testament was a ruthless, murderous king? He was plagued then with the mind of an animal, so that he walked naked, or he was crawling on all fours. He ate grass and he was naked out in the field like the oxen. And then he came to himself, and didn't he repent of his ways?
He did.
And so, I mean, he repented of his ways. So I always hold out hope for that, because if a man like that can come to Christ, who's to say who
by
can't?
The devil and everything,
Yeah.
I mean, anybody can come to Christ. As long as you're a human being, you can come to Jesus. You can ask Jesus to forgive you.
Wait, Dan, that's discrimination. Are you trying to say the people who identify as cats can't come to
gosh.
Well, no. Are they humans?
I'm just
pretending
kidding,
to be cats? I know.
I think they would have to repent of that one.
Forks and knives,
yes, forks and knives. So, anyways, that's a different topic we can get into another time, another day. Maybe if we don't do a lot of politics here, but maybe we can get into it a little bit sometimes. But that's it. God bless you guys. We love you all. Thank you for joining us for this 2 hours and 36 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
21 seconds.
It's been pretty fun. This was almost like the review talk show almost.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But just 3 of us.
Yeah.
We did talk about almost everything. Don't forget to come see us at www.insidetheboothtv.com/shop. Get yourself some merchandise gifts. I don't care what we call it anymore. We got stickers, we got mugs, we got shirts, we got hoodies, we got pillows, we got blankets, we got towels, we got tapestries. Mama. We got tapestries. Hey, put some tapestries up.
Just what I want to hang in my living room.
Right. We got everything. So go ahead and check us out on the shop page, which the shop page is basically just a page where all our other pages are. So you click on it.
You can be linked to everything we
you can link yourselves to stuff. And that helps us to grow this and become better at what we do. Not that it's better. It's it looks better. I don't know what.
So it's not better. It just looks better.
Yeah, like we'll still be
presentation wise.
Yeah, presentation wise, it'll be better.
Here's the skinny of it all, guys. Tabs is tired of sharing her box with this duck. He's got to go. He just takes up too much space. Look, he's covering up my artwork here, and I want him gone.
That's right. There we go. So yes, that's it.
Oh, and then real quickly, just be sure that next week we're having girls' night. If there's any ladies in the group or in the chat still left over, we are having a special edition of Inside the Booth with girls' night. So it's going to be a women's only panel. Guys are welcome to come watch and hear what we have to say. It's probably not going to be what you might think it's going to be, whatever you might think it's going to be. So be sure to come for that. It's going to be special.
That's right. I'll be there lurking in the background. Watching, listening.
Yeah, that's just what you want a guy to say when you have a girls only panel.
Well, it's my show. I could shut you down if I want. I don't like what they're saying. Beep. No, I'm
That's
joking.
right. I'm also administrator, so I can just pop us right back on.
That's true.
It's true. You gave me that power. No, we're gonna have a good time. It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good, everybody. So come on over, watch us there. Watch us on Sunday as well. Sunday's going to also be a pre-recorded show, but that's okay. You can still watch us. Super Bowl's going to happen. If you're not a sports person, come watch us. If you are a sports person,
Come watch us.
watch us
Watch
in
it
the
anyway.
morning, because we're going to do a morning show too. We're going to do an early morning, and then we're going to do a pre-recorded after that. So watch us either or on Sunday. So you'll get your fill of whatever. You'll get your
Up
fill.
inside the booth.
You'll get your
Right.
fill of inside the booth, right? Phil, TMNT. You get it, Phil, instead of
See what I
FILL.
did there?
See what I did there? Fan snappy. So, anyways, yeah, check us out over there. Don't forget to vanquish the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to Josh's channel
Yeah,
too.
check out
since
his
he's
channel, The
here.
Maker.
Check it out.
I appreciate it.
It's in the chat boxes somewhere. Tabitha will send it to me, and I'll put it in the description below.
There we
How
go.
about that? Yeah, everybody have a good night. Sorry we went a little longer tonight than normal, but
We had a
fun.
good time. We had a
We had a
good time.
good time. Thanks, everybody. God bless you. Have a good night. Sleep
Bye.
well.